Good evening, one and all. It is Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, it's the start of the month, and it's time for us to jump into some more good old Warframe. Welcome everyone, hope you're doing well where you are around the world today. Let's pop Folly away. She was necessary for some testing and whatnot earlier, but she is not going to be the focus today. No sorry. Let's go with good old Lavos, can't go wrong with Lavos. Let's grab a good old Burston, let's grab a good old Leighton, of course I've got the Zoris there, and let's switch this off as Eric before someone starts crying. Majora, why not? That should be absolutely fine. Hello there, Alzu, welcome in. The Green Apple Kiwi. Mother Night Nix with the Hydrate. Get us started, cheers. Speaking about getting us started, my oh my, Andrew of the 445 Variety cracking off the month immediately there with 5 gifted subs out of the community. Much appreciated, Andrew. And hello to you as well, absolutely. Let's get out to, is that Idilden, to Kekanov, to None At All, to 3D, and to Ravens, 1976. I have to really emphasize the Ravens there, because it's all in caps. That's not just Ravens, that's Ravens, 1976. I imagine if there were capital numbers, they'd type in those too. But yes, indeed, thank you very much, Andrew, for kicking off the month there. Much appreciated. I suppose, actually, seeing the stream has been live all of 1 minute. If I end the stream now, that would be about, what? The equivalent to 300 subs an hour? Yeah, that's a pretty good rate, right? Somehow feel like we're not gonna keep that up for the rest of the month, but no. No, that would be ridiculous. But all the same, thank you very much there. So yes, for those of you who missed it, with the Shadowgrapher update, there were 3 new adversary weapons added. A Coda weapon, a Tenet weapon, and a Kuva weapon. Now, if I recall correctly, and I haven't checked this, so I might be wrong, but if I recall correctly, I have done more runs of the Coda duets than there were weapons, so I should have some currency left over. Excuse me. Which is where I'm going to find out now, to see if they actually have it in the shop this set of 4 days. Go to weapons. And it was the... not there, nope. Noops. Oopsies. That was around previously, wasn't it? Oh well, my bad. I'll get that later. But at least I did see I have got the currency I need. So we'll get on with the ones we can farm today. Was there on release? Yeah, I didn't think to go get it. I was too busy with everything else. So I'll just wait some days. It comes around every few days, so it's not a problem, except for the bit where there was no reason to not have it be available every week.
Smile.
Rather than splitting it into 2 groups of 4 days, there was no reason to do that, but D did it anyway, so go figure. Also, Wally West, thank you very much for resubscribing that up onto 4 months. Much appreciated. Cheers. Cheers indeed. Also, Bite up on a 70 stream streak. Oh my, that's a lot. That is quite a lot. I think the only reason I'm on a streak longer than that is because I'm the one actually live streaming it. Yeah. Ellie, you're saying shops with rotating randomized wares could be becoming #1 gripe of the game? It's certainly one of the gripes to be had, isn't it? Yes. Warframe is not a perfect game, and little bits like that, you just wonder, who is this benefiting? Because it's not benefiting me. No. Who is benefiting from it? But no matter, it is what it is. I'm not going to dig into it any further today, because I could instead get on with one of the other things I'd like to do today. So let's go bully the corpus. We're going to go bully the corpus in the most simple way possible, which is to go through, let's not spy, let's exterminate. I want to have the capture, where is it? There's the capture, there it is. Go through the capture mission here. Use that to trigger the Granum Void and get started on the process of getting a Tenet Quanta. At least that sense of Tenet Quanta anyway. Oh, so we got multiple people on a 70 stream streak. I think that was when Twitch started tracking the streaks as well, wasn't it? So yeah.
We received
nicely done.
Somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
You know what? Seeing as this is right here, let's just straight in, you know? Easy peasy. Oh, hey there. How you doing, mate? Oh. Well, that's one Solara saved, nice and easy. The mirror, am I not seeing the big old bomber? There it was, I heard it that time. Another Solara saved. Making away. Got the time nicely over a minute here as well. Now, I'm hoping, and stress, hoping to get a start on the Tenet Quanta is going to be a nice, gentle process here. Nice and gentle. I have no reason to believe that anything will go wrong in the slightest. Of course, we'll see how that goes, won't we? We got our kills, which means a sister candidate can indeed spawn now. Let's go grab our capture target, who had plenty of time to realise I was here and to sod off. That's his own fault, frankly, for still sticking around. Sister target identified.
To remember your tenants. Brother Parvos is watching.
And we go for a double dash. Can't get a triple. Sorry, that's not successful at hiding. Tenet Quanta.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back.
Okay.
Your part is
Yeah,
here.
we take those. We take those, absolutely. No complaint from me. Probably like a, what, 1 in 12 chance or something like that. Take it. Right, sometimes you just gotta roll a hard 6. We take those. Streamer client? Well, I mean, it sure ain't a dev client.
Excellent work, Tenno.
There we are. We also got a Granum Crown decoration, a Mortus shoulder guard, health restore large. Yeah, nothing we care about. Wish you could do that with a hammer shot. Hey, hammer shot's got a lot lower drop rate than the Tenet Quanta here, yeah. Actually, how many Tenet weapons are in that rotation? I'm curious now. How lucky did I get there? Obviously I got lucky, but how lucky? Let's see. So, there's a Tenet Archiplasmal, Flux Rifle, Galaxian Quanta, Tetra, Cyclone, Detron, Plinx, Envoy, Diplos, Spirex. They're all available from the sisters. So yeah, that is 11 in total there. So 1 in 11 chance. That's what, equivalent to about 9%. Isn't hammer shot like 1%? So, new.
I can make your shields collapse like the
What even is that
Rolling
name?
Stone derivatives bubble. You don't even know what that is, do you?
Honestly, I wasn't paying attention to what you said, lady. Wasn't paying attention. Let's see, what do we got here? 56%?
We kill them all the
Like,
time.
I'm happy that it's 56 and not, 25. But isn't the cutoff for 60% at 57? Isn't it at 57? Gah! That's taunting, that is. That's like, you succeeded, but... But hey, comes with a quirk. Hatred of Infested. Which is nice. And we got the ephemera with it. Nice. Yeah. Alright. And the name is Silo Facid. Yes. Very readable. Very, very readable. But still, first try, 56%, Hatred of Infested, and a ephemera. We'll take that. We'll take that. The actual sitter herself couldn't care less, quite frankly. Couldn't care less. But yeah. I'm fairly certain that'll be worth a not terrible amount of plat. Mel just say, was it something like 58% gets rounded to 60? Yeah, something like that. Let me see. I had what was it? I think it was a Kuva weapon, which was just below the threshold. There it is. Yeah, it was 58%, because 57.9 is what I have here on a Kuva Sobek. So yeah, it is definitely 58% is the threshold. I distinctly remember putting the tweet out about that one, and Reb replied, laughing at it. So yeah, and I've never got around to fixing it because, quite frankly, an extra 2.1%, I'm not going to go through the process for it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. But alright then. Still, that is a pretty darn nice percentage. Don't want to look at that. I do need to make sure my Parazon is set up ready for this, because I think it's previously been set up for the Coliches. So, Parazon, let's do some stuff with you. Nope, that was set up for this stuff, but it's still fine. That needs to go out. We're going to just slap a fast in there and just go with it as is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to or care to make any changes to any of that. It's all fine as is. Hello, Zelon. Hope you're doing well today. Alright, well, let's go murdering. Let's go murdering nice and quick on this one. I'm going to do this all on solo mode just so I can dick around in exactly the ways I intend to and no faff beyond that.
Everyone will benefit.
Let's start with Exterminate.
Especially his loyal sisterhood.
Now, I have got my companion set to no shooty mode. I might change my mind on that later. But it is what it is for now. As it stands, this weapon is, it's the Burston. It's ludicrously powerful. Cannot go wrong with it unless you can't aim. In which case you might say, why would you use it, Ken, if you can't aim? I don't have a good answer to that. Well, there's nothing left alive on that ship. Or in this entire area. Good. Insane stream look? Oh, it's not that insane. If I got 60%, then yeah, I'd be going again. That's not that insane. Who knows? Maybe it's just a reward for writing 4,500 words about folly today. Maybe it's that. You know? How we're doing on this April Fool's Day? Somehow managing to avoid being caught by basically anything. Which is... nice. Pretty nice. Hope you're doing well today yourself. Also, these enemies do not feel level 55. My Lavos is not that strong, mate. You shouldn't die to just that. Oh, okay, if he's just going to perish. Maybe I've forgotten just how weak level 55 is. Oh, hi there. There's a dog. Be able to host a stream after that? Well, as you see, it's just what you gotta do. Just what you gotta do. Now, a fair chunk of it is describing rather than anything truly creative. You know, if I was writing a brand new story, then yeah. I would not get through that many words in one day. But in this case, it is more of a compilation of all of the research that I have been doing over the last, what, nearly a week. And because of all of that research across those days, of testing things, of writing bug reports for DE, I've written so many bug reports this update. So many bug reports. And that's just the ones where I'm absolutely certain, yep, this is the bug, this is what's happening, D, please fix. There are other weirdnesses which I haven't reported as bugs because I'm not even certain they're bugs. Yeah. From Jack Namada, Mr. Lavosmain, how do you feel about running Arcane Persistence on Lavos? His armor is amazing, he has a healing ability, thank you so much in advance, you're awesome. Why, thank you. Aside from the awesomeness bit, my thought on Arcane Persistence on Lavos is, are you dying as Lavos? This is a very important question, which is along the same lines as when people ask me, hey, what helmet should I put on this frame? what ability do you need on the frame? What is the frame not capable of? In this case, for Lavos, and any frame you think of putting persistence onto, are you dying as that Warframe? Because Arcane Persistence, it gives you an improved form of health tanking, absolutely, but it comes at the cost of absolutely deleting your shield tank, and you still need to jump through the hoops to actually maintain what persistence is good for. If you're not dying, you don't need it. And I'll be quite honest, I only really die playing Lavos if I stop paying attention. Mostly when I'm talking to chat for a little too long. There. Is bug report a pattern thing, or can users do it too? Oh yeah, you can absolutely bug report. Exclamation mark, I believe it's exclamation mark bug is the command on this channel here to point you in the right direction of submitting bug reports. Everyone can do it, and in fact you are encouraged to do it if you come across bugs. Yep, exclamation bug it was. Excellent!
And that's my share.
Yeah. Creators do have a slightly different pathway. I can't go into details because, yeah, agreements. But we do have a slightly different pathway for bug reporting. But all it really does is put the bugs on DE's radar. At the end of the day, they still need to, you know, fix it. Or decide it's not a bug, as sometimes the case may be. So, yeah. From Zon saying, so fun fact, Folly's weapon gimmick can trigger off Nova 4. Folly's weapon gimmick... Nope, you've lost me on that one, Zon. What do you want about?
You ever clean this squalid little ship?
Oh, not Folly, Encaus. Encaus' gimmick. Right. The weapon that came with Folly. Folly's signature weapon. I thought you were on about a weapon gimmick that Folly has. I was like... No? From Clashpoint, you cool with questions, opinions on stuff and Folly for the day, or do you want to chill on that? I mean, it depends on your question, Clashpoint. Are you asking a genuine question, or are you going to make it problematic? There is a difference. Minsay still waiting for the clan op to farm any of that. Farm any of... Oh, the operation which will involve clans to farm Folly. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, it's taken me a moment to catch up today, it seems. Yeah, to be honest, you know, weird gimmicks and interactions, they happen. Warframe is full of them. Like I said, I've submitted many bug reports for Folly alone this update, as well as issues with Folly's Hunt. I did 1 or 2 on that as well. You know, these things just kind of happen. But considering that Folly has 17 abilities, it's kind of to be expected there's going to be some bugs, right? You know? 4 abilities is already challenging. 17? Yeah. But as ever, my biggest gripe is not with bugs. Bugs are bugs. Bugs happen. My gripe is with withheld information. In fact, you know, I'm going to stand right here, right now, just to bring this up. If I go to Folly, Abilities, Wiki, Shadow Graph, Conduit Key, that's what I thought, yeah. Because I haven't got around to correcting the Wiki. Y'all. How long is the cooldown on the Conduit Key summon via Folly's Shadow Graph ability? How long is it? If you check in game, the answer is the game doesn't tell you. If you check on the wiki will quite happily tell you it's 30 seconds.
Your part is done here, Tenno.
So, out of those two, the no information or the wiki information, which is it? Now, Zom and Clashpoint have already said 3 minutes, which they're absolutely correct about, yes. It is absolutely 3 minutes. Someone put on the wiki 30 seconds, I don't know why. I haven't got around to fixing that yet because, quite frankly, I'm too busy doing my job. But it's things like that DE skip out on a lot of that information. Information which is kind of crucial to understanding the effectiveness of an ability. DE skip out on that information. And then we need to rely on players submitting the information, whereupon some players will just submit the incorrect information. And so I'm left...
When
Also,
a
she arrived in
sister
2 missions.
distinguishes
Nice.
herself, she deserves promotion.
So at that point, I'm then left going, well, I just have to test everything myself, because I don't know which bit the wiki's going to be wrong about.
Illustrious reap the reward. The idle look
If the
on
wiki gets
coat.
even 5% of information wrong, 2% of information wrong, I don't know which 2% it's going to be. So I just have to check everything.
Excellent work, Tenno.
That's pain. And worst of all is that I could check everything, figure out how it all works, and then D goes, oh wait, yeah, sorry, we didn't mean to do it that way. And we don't know that because they didn't say so. Have I already bought my free ultimatum from Red Veil Lady for the week? I have not, Mail Jade. Thank you very much for the reminder. Let's pop on down to Iron Wake real quickly. So yeah, I have spent a lot of time this week, or at least over the last week, not so much testing and building Folly, but finding out the base values and asserting how they work. So learning which ones ignore armor, because which ones deal damage based on health or based on level. The wiki confidently states that a lot of things use level scaled damage, and that's incorrect. Vauban uses level scaled damage, and if you want to know the difference between the two, compare what the information says for Vauban versus what it says for Folly. They are very, very different things. Level scale and hit point scale are not interchangeable words. Yeah, let's grab that Kuva there. Let's grab some riven mods. Yoink, melee riven, nice. Yoink, rifle riven, nice. I mean, I don't really need these, but sure, let's just get some riven transmuters, why not? Lovely. Might as well, this is 1 per customer, but I can still grab it. Veiled or Riven Cipher. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, you know what? I've never actually picked up the Iron Wake scene because it didn't exist before. Now it does, and I have it. Yay! And, ah yes, the Requiem Ultimatum. 1 per customer. There we go. Got one of those. Might as well grab the Ender while I'm here. Sod it. We don't want the credits. I don't need the credits. I don't really care for the cosmetics. And I certainly don't care for the relics. But yes. Oh yeah, there's also the instant travel now, isn't there? Not like that. It's yeah, it's like that. Ah, whatever. That was only recently added. That was literally Shadow Graph update added. But yeah, just on the off chance, yeah, someone did joke, hey, maybe Warframe's here at the moment because, you know, the good luck we've been having. Well, Warframe, if you are here at the moment, just very quickly. We know that the ability cards are very busy, you know, there's only so much information you can put on ability cards before it gets too full up. But this should say it's fixed range 100 meters. This should say it's cast range of up to 50 meters. This should say it's cast range of up to 50 meters. This should also say it's percent gain per kill, which by the way is bugged, and I've submitted a bug report on that. And when it comes to the shadow graphs, in the descriptions here, we don't need all of the descriptions to have the first 3 lines be click and drag to swap the shadow graphs of 2 abilities. Paragraph break. That could just be an extra little pop-up over here. And instead use those 3 lines to give us some of the stats. Like, explosion radius, ignores armor, number of shots, crucial bits, infinite range. You know, just the details that actually matter on here. And this one. And I don't mean the graphic, the conduit key one. Oh boy, was that a little bit of fun to dig into. It says it's random. It is. But it isn't. But it is. But it isn't. Has been some fun to dig into. They are. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Clash Points asking, question for Folly is, have you found something that made the 4 feel more fun for you? Or has it stayed as a mech ability for you, either fun or power-wise? It's honestly stayed a bit... eh. So here's the thing, is that... Oh, my cape's stuck. Let's fix that. There we are. Gotta look decent now. Anyway, the issue with Folly's 4th ability for me isn't that it's a bad one. It's that we have such access to power, both within Folly and in our weapons, that a lot of us just don't need it. And this is something that's kind of difficult to address in the video guide that I am putting together, because if you are a newer player, and you can access Folly relatively early on, honestly. It's not the easiest farm early on, but it is accessible. If you are a newer player, and you come up against tougher enemies, then be able to crowd control them and defense strip them in the process. Brilliant, right? But then Folly with a subsume can one-shot enemies. Without a subsume, can two-shot enemies. Folly has scaling damage which will work all the way through to level cap because she just doesn't care. And she has scaling damage that also just most of the time goes, what's armor? I've never heard of armor. Or better still goes, oh, I see you've got armor, so let me just hard counter that. Yeah. And then, yes, yeah. Folly's 4th ability has anti-synergy with Folly's 2nd ability, simply because it moves enemies away from it. If you summon an arc trap, it's on the ground. If the enemies are up in the sky, it's harder for them to be in range of the arc trap. If you summon an explosive barrel, it's on the ground. If the enemies are up in the sky, they're further away from it. If you summon a death orb, the lasers are on the ground. The enemies are up there. They're not getting hit by it. They are. Jack Damager saying also 3 is incorrect. It's not damage reduction, it's redirection, working like measures. Halo in a way. Affecting Overguard. Jack Damager, just to be clear, when you say it's redirection, where is it redirecting to, please? You say it's affecting Overguard, which in itself is a revelation. I hadn't looked into that side of things myself. But redirection requires it to redirect somewhere. Otherwise, the word is incorrect. And the thing she summons doesn't have hit points. So what makes it redirection? Also, Crescendo, yeah, absolutely right. That's a fair point. Folly's 4 is a little bit of a nightmare for anyone who is trying to use melee. Because sure, the enemies are weakened, but they're up there. Yeah. It's a thematic ability, it's a nice ability, it's basically Hydroid's 4, but instead of it being a persistent zone to grab new enemies, it's a defense strip. That's your trade-off. It's an exceedingly high radius on it. 18 meter base radius is one of the highest out there. Not the highest, but one of the highest. And a 25-second base duration as well. That's a very long hold. Video noise goes to 90%. Hold up, what, this one? Hold on, did they actually fix that? I did see a bug report on that one recently. Oh! Oh yeah, they have changed that! Yeah, that's only going up to 50% now. Going up to base value rather than modded value. Oh, when did they change that one? Hold on. See, this is why I never get things done on streams. I get so easily distracted. Oh, for goodness sake. Wrong bloody bookmark. There it is. Right. Most recent hotfix was 2 days ago. When did they change that then? Could have sworn I saw a bug report for it yesterday. Hold on. Scrolling. No, I saw a bug report for it on Monday. Yeah. So it was definitely there on Monday, and we haven't had a hotfix since that was... okay. Is that everywhere? I mean, I don't expect it to be different videos anywhere, but like... Oop, wrong one. Is this all on my stream? I mean, I'm not the only one who's mentioned it, but... Oh yeah, that's definitely everywhere. That's an even... Okay. Got a million hotfixes on Monday. I mean, I've got the notes here. I don't see it. Control F. Folly. Nope. Control F. Portrait. Nope. Nothing. It's not noted. So whenever they did it, are these videos server-side? There's no way that these videos are server-side, right? Right? The more I find out about this game, the less I know about it. Talk saying they may be server-side. Let's never loaded this quickly. Sure. I mean, just sure. Oh dear, oh dear. Also fun was verifying the information about the damage that all the various bits on the Shadowgraph do. Like how the wiki has some of the information on these, but doesn't go into much detail and certainly doesn't cover the range, and the damage on this is listed on the wiki, but not the DPS or the tick mattering. And also I found out that this doesn't even deal damage correctly. I bug reported electric procs themselves because of this ability. Electric procs themselves are broken. And this ability proved it for me. It's been a fun few days. Quite well, yeah. So to give you the summary of that bug report, the arc trap deals, I think it's like 250 or 500 base damage plus, and this is the bit that actually matters, 2.5% of the enemy's maximum health per hit. It deals this damage overriding armor, so if they have armor that would reduce the incoming damage, the trap just deals more damage. So we can ignore armor for the matters of this. It's basically 2.5% and a token extra. 2.5%, stick with that. It hits every half a second, and it has a guaranteed electric proc. It'll hit 10 times, so 10 times over the course of half a second for each of them. From 0 second to 4.5 seconds, you get 10 total hits for 2.5% each. That's 25% total damage. Everyone with me so far? 2.5 times 10 is 25. That should be pretty easy to follow. When you trigger an electric proc with damage, the electric proc will deal 50% of the hit as damage over time. Unless there's other modifiers involved, which for abilities is nearly no modifiers to worry about. So 50% of the damage is applied, again, every second for 6 seconds. So let's follow through on that. If we're hitting for 25% damage, all of it delivering electric procs, so it's all electrified, and the electric proc deals half of that damage again 6 times over, that's a total of 3 times. So if you've got 25% damage, and then 3 times 25% added on top, that is 100% damage. As in lethal. You deal their hit points in damage, plus a little bit extra. But now Chocodica, who's been adding bits on throughout this, might now be realizing, hang on, that's not happening. A single arc trap is not one-shotting anyone. Unless there's a couple enemies next to each other getting all buddy-buddy and zapped with it. They were almost dying, yes, Chocodica. So what is happening, and I had to literally go through frame by frame, write down every single damage number, separate it out into which damage numbers were related to what, put it into a spreadsheet, get the timings to figure out where damage is missing. And here's what I found. On second 0, the arc trap has spawned, it deals its first bit of damage. It hits an enemy, it creates electric proc, and because it creates an electric proc, electric triggers its damage on second 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, expiring at 6 before it would hit again. So the electric proc happens alongside the damage. They're basically simultaneous. 0.5 seconds later, you hit them again with the arc trap. This applies electric proc, but it doesn't deal proc damage because there's already an electric proc. It waits. Half a second later, your third hit comes through, it hits them, it deals electric damage, it applies electric proc, but the electric proc is already now on its tick, so it deals the damage of the first 2 hits, but not the third hit. But the third hit applied an electric proc, so its timer is now ticking, and it's supposed to hit straight away, but it didn't, because the tick already happened. This repeats for hits 3, 5, 7, and 9 out of the 10. That's just how they work. Unless there's some other electric proc shenanigans going on, that's just how they work. And as a result, the 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th hit from the arc trap only deal 5 hits from the electric proc rather than 6. That little bit brings the total damage down from dealing 100% lethal to around about 95% of lethal. And so what that fundamentally means is that an electric proc being triggered at exactly the moment that an electric proc already existing on the enemy would tick doesn't add the hit's damage into the tick, but also starts counting the timer so it doesn't give it time to apply the tick. It is just the perfect timing that the damage never actually happens. They are. Whatever the reason being in the background, however this happens on DE's side, it was in running the numbers for the arc trap, seeing, like, I'm looking at it and going, yeah, this is 2.5% damage, that's correct, plus some little extra because it just has a base amount, and yes indeed, it is dealing electric proc damage as expected, and yep, the peak electric proc damage is correct, so where did the damage vanish? And finding where it was is there. That perfect timing means it doesn't kill innately. If you have viral proc on the targets, if you have raw bonus of any kind, really almost any amount of raw bonus there, or if you put down a second trap, they're dead. But if you don't have any one of those extras, that bug makes it non-lethal. Welcome to Breakpoints. Welcome to Breakpoints. Now, is this an issue with all electric procs as Mel Jade? I'm not going to find out. I don't get paid to find out. I don't get paid to find out as much as I found out about Folly, but quite frankly, I couldn't leave stones unturned and just assume things are working correctly. Because, especially with things like the Arc Trap, if I say, oh look at that, it adds up to lethal damage, and then someone puts it down and it's not lethal, they go, Kenjineer, you're full of shit. Welcome to having to test things. Likewise, I'm not going to test with changing the FPS of my game because, quite frankly, fuck that noise. The best case scenario I can find there is that I get a different result with different amounts of FPS, and then have even more work to do completely thanklessly. I've done my bit. I've found there is an issue, and I've handed it over to the people who literally get paid to fix it. I've done my bit. What FPS do I game? What FPS do I have this set to? Good question. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 120. We're on 120 FPS here. The stream is not, but that's what I'm gaming on. So yeah, fun stuff. Okie dokie. They've left there, they're over here now, let's head on over, but before we do that, I do need to sort my barrels on. Okay, so we know it's not that, let's just do that. It's actually immaterial otherwise. Alright, let's just get started with the exterminate. Shooty shooty. Yeah, I've done a lot of research into Folly, and I really do mean a lot of research, and I have found some very, very interesting bits and pieces. Bits which are right, bits which are wrong, bits which leave you wondering, how did this get here? Another fun fact, one that I put onto the Discord in the Bug Crackers, because this one was so weird, I was like, is this even happening for anyone else? Or is it just me being broken? Nope, it's happening for someone else. Folly's third ability, Self-Portrait, starts at 10% damage reduction, or damage redirection. I don't think we ever... Did Jack say what was on with that? I didn't see. It's redirecting it to void of the ability itself, I feel. You feel. Okay, I mean, fair enough. We could just say it works on Overguard when we don't expect it to, rather than conflating terminology. But anyway, that's separate. So, Folly's Self-Portrait starts at 10%, goes up to 90% if you've got high enough strength, all that fun jazz. When you kill an enemy, it increases the tank on it by 1/15 of the difference between minimum and maximum values. 1/15. Why 1/15? Don't know. Why does it need to start at shitty 10% damage reduction? Don't know. That's just how it works. Yeah. But here's the really weird thing. If you kill an enemy in 10 shots, it'll apply that 1/15. If you kill an enemy in 1 shot, it'll apply that 1/15. If you kill an Xmas in 10 shots, it'll apply that 1/15. If you kill an Xmas in 1 shot, it'll apply 1/30th. 1/30th. That's not me misspeaking there. If you one-shot an Xmas unit, for reasons I cannot explain, the damage reduction goes up by half as much. It takes you twice as many Xmas one-shots to get there. If it's not a one-shot, one-shot including a burst fire like this, if you slow kill them, you get the full amount. Why is it even counting that? How is it even counting that is the better question. This is a thing that just counts kills. That's all it says it does. It counts kills. But for some reason, it has a different way of counting a kill that is applied specifically on one-shotting an Xmas. Someone, somewhere, somehow, created an additional line of logic. They made it more complicated and then didn't de-implement it correctly, is all I can guess. Now, if I were to really go out on a limb here to try and figure out how it could even happen, it feels like they would go, oh, what if we make it where Xmas units are worth more? And then later on decide, oh, you know what, no, let's not go with that design. But for some reason, the check that should be just pushing it over to it's a unit kill hasn't been correctly amended. And so the Xmas one-shot is that alternative mathematics. Vestigial mathematics taking priority. That would be my best guess for the limited information I have. But honestly, that's a really shit guess. I am really guessing. Because I don't know how that will otherwise happens. Vestigial Mathematics is an awesome band name. You know what? Go for it. I'll take no ownership of that one. Enjoy. But seriously.
A sister of Parvus is an official position. So you see, I'm
So yeah.
officially
When I say I have spent a long time looking into Folly to really understand her, to really understand what's going on, I mean it. I'm only going to be including the core details of the video, and it's 4,500 words in what I'm going to be talking about.
Broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Within those 17 abilities, 18 if you include her passive, that she brings to bear, there be dragons. Oh, so many dragons. Fun times! And I'm probably still going to rewrite some of that guide tomorrow when I have a further look over it. Fresh eyes and go, you know what, I don't really like the pacing on this bit. I don't like the detail there. That seems too snarky. This doesn't go far enough. That kind of refinement I do. Why am I here? I'm just going to go. Can be busy? A little too busy, quite frankly. A little too busy.
see, we can work together.
Ah. Gremlin G saying, it seems like Folly would just play better if the barrels and arc traps worked with range and power. Maybe another one of those vestigial program problems where they couldn't implement it. So, maybe, maybe not, honestly. Maybe or maybe not, because as it currently stands, not working with those features means you can build just how you want. Excuse me. But, if you just build how you want... oh, I should update the drops command, my bad on that. If you build it how you want, and you don't go for range, you're kind of screwing over a 3 and 4. If you build how you want, and you don't go for strength, you're kind of screwing over a 3 and 4. So, I mean, the strength and range is already kind of needed there. Range especially. Range is her sustain for energy as well. It's a big damn deal. Am I watching the Artemis launch today? I am not. Sorry, no. I'll tell you the drops command. No dropped here. There we go. Drops command updated. Jock using the light color change rather than the highlight message thing, but sure, that's a thing you can do. And this is why the color change costs the same. It's so funny that sisters always steal your credits with liches. Makes sense to grab the resources you harvest from their bases, but sisters are straight up just stealing from their employees. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Excuse me. Melissa is saying perfectionism is quite the dangerous foe, an endless cycle of rereading and rewriting things. It's not so much perfectionism for me as just making sure there is the right quality there. It's one thing to have a stream of consciousness, it's another to have a script and a flow. That's a big deal. Did we ever do the 4 times conduit keys of folly? Yes, I did do that. And it worked, but it didn't work. But it worked, but it didn't. Yeah, so, for those of you wondering, let's just go back to Folly a second here. Folly's Shadow Graph includes this lovely 14th option, Conduit Key. A random conduit key to speed up disruption missions. Also, can I take a very brief distraction from the distraction to go, She's using her parasol in the arsenal and it makes no sound. Thank you, DE. I don't know who was listening on what stream for that, but thank you for finally disabling the sound on that in the arsenal. Oh my god, was it driving me insane. Anyway, continue on. Anakin's end damage numbers new? No, they just try to let more players know about them. So, the random conduit key to speed up missions, it is random. But it's random per mission, not per player. If you go in as a solo folly or as the only folly and you spawn a random key, you will see a random key. It is, for all intents and purposes, random-ish. Maybe, maybe not. We're not too certain on that either yet. Because it takes so long to test, it's 3 minutes per test. But if you have 4 follies together and you all summon a key at the start of the mission, everyone will get the same key. And 3 minutes later, when you all cast again, everyone will get the same key. And it'll be different from the first one, everyone gets the same key. And 3 minutes later, when you do it again, everyone gets the same key. And you're going to go, Angerbow, what's the chances of this? Whatever their process is of choosing what keys to deliver, every single folly in the mission will get the same result based on how many times they've cast it. We are all on the same seed. It is a predetermined, not random, pseudo-random result. For all intents and purposes, to a single individual it looks random, but it's not. And what this means is that if you stagger the follies, so round 1, 1 folly casts, and then 3 minutes later 2 follies cast, 3 minutes later 3 follies cast, on those first 3, you'll probably get 1 key, and then 2 different keys, and then 3 different keys. But, Nethlarian, and this is where so much time was spent testing. We got to that 4th round of casting, and we didn't get 4 different keys. We got 3 different keys and a duplicate. Because it doesn't cycle through all 4 of them. There does appear to be some cycling, and indeed, if I open up, quite frustratingly, my notes page here, you'll see I have a record of square, triangle, diamond, square, triangle, diamond, square, triangle, diamond, because I was just writing it down in the notes, casting it, getting the write down, and then just working some more on my script whilst I waited for the next 3 minutes to pass. And then repeat. And you'll notice there is a cycle here through just 3 of them, but, and yep, Gremlin Chi, small sample size. What's weird about this 3 key cycle is that when I did the 4 folly test, the first time we got a duplicate key, and I said to the person in 4th place, how did you screw this up? You aren't this incompetent. How has this gone wrong? But then the next round, it worked. We got 4 different keys. But the round after that, we got a duplicate again. So it's not a continuous rotation, but sometimes it is possible to get what appears to be a 3-part rotation, or something else is going on. I don't know what they've done. Is the seed attached to the mission or the mission host? I don't think there is a functional difference, Maljade. I don't think there is a functional difference. So yeah, does that mean it's possible to be stuck on 2 keys only? I don't know. All I can best say is that because there is the distinct chance of an overlap, but so far I have never experienced the same folly getting the same key twice in a row. Only so far, can't guarantee it. It seems like the most optimal strategy. Round 1, 3, 5, every odd numbered round, folly 1 casa key. Every even number round, folly 2 casa key. If you have a third and a fourth folly, then again, 3 cast on odd number rounds, 4 on even numbered rounds, but they skip the first 2 rounds. And the reason for the 1-2 round alternation is because of the 3-minute cooldown. You'll probably be completing disruption rounds quicker than that 3-minute cooldown. At least you should be completing them quicker if you're in a dedicated squad like that. So just alternate. You might as well just alternate and go find the other 2 keys. They are. It is incredibly perplexing. I went in thinking it was random. And then we did a big group and we kept on getting the same key. We're like, okay, so it's very clearly not random. So then we had to try even harder. We first had to find that it was even, possible to say we're getting the same results. We needed to rule out chance entirely. Then find out that there was this progression we could observe. To then rationalize that we could do a staggered spawning of them. To then spend the time setting up the staggered spawn. To then only discover that it's not a full rotation. To then wonder, well, what the hell even is it? And this is what is frustrating about fundamental details of the ability feature like this. Is that... oh god, I'm getting loud. Is that the time I spent on it alone, plus the time I spent on it on stream, plus the time I spent on it off stream, the stream time including multiple other people joining me in those missions, we're looking at around about 10 to 12 man hours just to get to 90% understanding of one part of one ability. Do you think I sound happy about that? Cheers, Clashpoint. This is needlessly complicated when it could have just been legitimately random. Could have just been legitimately random. So when I say I've spent a long time testing these things, this is exactly what I am referring to. I start asking questions and the game goes, bet. Never should have come here. And here is just the library. Gremlin Cheese asking, isn't true randomness hard to implement? Like a lot of people just use lookup tables. True randomness doesn't exist. But that's okay. Because when you think about what randomness actually means, you realize you don't need true randomness. In order to get close to true randomness, you can just go for a lookup table of a long series of predetermined results, or you could just base it off some simple referenceable feature. It doesn't need to actually be, for all intents and purposes, random. At the very least, it doesn't necessarily need to be fair, so long as it gives the appearance of randomness. And we already have random in this game. Yeah, Clashpoint points out, with our crit chance, with our save chance, we have it in our drops. Drops from enemies, drops from lockers, drops from missions. This game is chock fucking full of random. But not here. For some reason, it uses a predetermined list or predetermined equation that it iterates through, and then it for some reason also gives that to every player on the exact same seed and iteration. Why couldn't it just use... But that's my question, Gremlin. I don't have that answer. There is no tech hurdle, Gremlin. There is no tech hurdle. It's not that they couldn't do it, it's that they didn't do it, and I am absolutely and utterly flabbergasted as to why. It is going to be some small mistake on their part, but the question is, how did that mistake get orchestrated? Who was meddling with a detail they didn't need to meddle with to create this mistake? Therein lies my Omega WTF. And if that is truly as unsatisfying for you as it is for me, then I can but apologise on behalf of them, and apologise to myself for letting you know about this.
Success. The captive is safely in our hands.
It is
Congratulations, Tenet.
most certainly a thing. What level are these enemies anyway? 51? That's nothing. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not sprinting off to extraction, doing that makes this take longer. Because by killing enemies, enough of them at least, you trigger more of the hounds to spawn. More hounds, more progress. And pisses off the system more. And that is the goal. Why do you get an ad? I mean, it says you're not subscribed. That'll be why. Now. Yeah, I was daft, guys. I forgot to go purchase the code of Bibonico when they put it in, so I just have to wait. I'll have to get it another day. My bad. I forgot that that kind of shop rotation thing would matter. Yeah. What a day to be alive, saying there might be an explanation why key spawn in sequence like spawning objects might be memory hungry, they pre-spawn them outside of boundaries and just teleport it to your reticle. I don't believe that. Because if that were the case, then they'd want to iterate through the different follies, going through different objects, but actually what we see is that one person spawns in, say, the square key, and then another person spawns the square key, and then the third person spawns the square key, causing the first square key to now despawn, and then the fourth person spawns a square key, causing the second square key to despawn as well. It'll be ripped out of the hands of whoever's carrying it. Things to that effect. Also, Clashpoint, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime up onto 4 months. Much appreciated. Now you don't have to deal with the ads. But yeah, I say, if we can get all of those keys to spawn, but not a single other key, just why? Why is it not just random? Just go, oh look, there is a key which has not been put on the ground yet. Let's put that one on the ground. Is there not one on the ground? Okay, well, is there not one ready to go on the ground? Then just pick whichever's next. It has to do that when dropping from an enemy anyway. Crescendo Fury has redeemed run an ad. Crescendo, why would you do that? Why would you do that to the poor people watching here without a subscription? There was no reason for you to do that. The good news is that Twitch seems to think an ad was already running. So yeah, you just send through run an ad, and Twitch has gone, yeah, nah. Wow, okay. You can ask for ads now? Just today, it's April 1st. Just today. And this way everyone gets to know who the problem is in the chat. Apparently today that problem is Crescendo. And there's the orange request. Oh, Petra also apparently wishes to be a problem. Understood. There you Gremlin Chief saying, my game designer brains makes you think it's intentionally all about spawn keys. Good party can turn over conduits really quickly already. Whatever your reasoning may be, they gave the ability to spawn conduit keys, and then they made it do 20 million things of weird. And it's just... It could have just been random. It could have just acted like killing an enemy that gives a key drop. It could have just been random. Hell, actually killing an enemy isn't even random. It's skewed in our favor. If you've completed a conduit, it doesn't give you that key. Folly does. Folly doesn't give a shit. You could have one conduit completed, 3 more still to go. Which key did she give me? The one I'd already done. They are. Which Warframe is the best damage capper? Honestly, not sure. Probably Mirage. Mirage just has some BS going on with her. It's probably Mirage. Now, Moon. No, now. That's not correct either, actually.
Finally, some competent.
What do we got? What do we got? Survival, defection,
Any
defense.
complaints can be filed
Is
in
that
the
actually defense?
usual
Yeah, it's all the
way.
defense there. Mobile defense, spy, survival, rescue. Rescue's relatively quick. Come on.
This is a rescue mission. We need to find and liberate the hostage before any harm comes to them.
Ah. Shoot the dog, kill the rest. There we are. Clash was saying, is it because you can spawn in a non-disruption missions? They had to do some spaghetti. Again, we're not going to know. We're just not going to know. DE might address it, they might not. It is beyond us to find out.
We can't leave
Some
without
things are
rescuing
just
the prisoner. Keep searching.
broke. Nah, I should be killing them. I want to skip them. Every part of my fiber is like, no, rescue. But don't. No, kills get dogs. Kills get dogs. And we need dogs. Brand new sentence. Actually, not even sure that one's brand new, given Warframe. Did they fix the bug with the hound spawning? As in they weren't? Yes, because one's just spawned. Here it is. Stab. If there is another bug, let me know, please. But whatever it is, it's probably been fixed. Hey, there she is. Stab, 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 stab. Ooh, that one's correct. Stab, 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 stab. Ah, that one wasn't. Ah.
Wait, stop! I'm gonna throw up.
You have proven true, sister. A promotion is in order.
Well, glad I could help with her interview for promotion.
Don't mind if I do.
Alright, let's go rescue some poor sap. Hey. Gonna wander through that. You don't mind me. There we go. And we know where you are now, because it's the last one. Oh. There would have been a misclick there, my bad. You are rolling through the front door with ciphers. I like taking a little bit more of a run around. Well, he dead. I know you're over there, Xmas. I can see your electric stuff on both sides. Damn, don't have the punch through to hit that. There we are. I decided he was dead. Just needed to get around to it. Now, I don't think we're going to get another dog spawn. I think it is to permission, if I recall correctly, for these ones. Nope, never mind. Never mind. Love it when I'm wrong. Okay. We can take those. Another happy stab. Okay, we're definitely not going to get another dog at that point,
Mission
so
complete.
we're
A
out.
captive has been liberated. You will be rewarded for this, Tenno.
Y'all really trying to send those ads today, are you? I see. I see. I want y'all to remember, I'm not the one doing it. I gave y'all the power. And this is how you use it. All these people who complain about ads, the moment you got a button for more ads, you press it. You wonder why there's more on YouTube and Netflix and everywhere else every damn day. That's why. Do I have a ribbon for the burst, or is it just buffed by the frame? Oh, I have a ribbon for it. You don't need a ribbon for it to be this amazing, but plus 244.2% critical chance, plus 164.8% heat, minus 61.6% status chance. So I'm actually nerfed on the status, but yeah, that's a nice one. That goes alongside critical delay for 200% critical chance, and alongside galvanized scope for fully stacked 320%. That's 520, 764% critical chance bonus. 764%. Yeah. And the total heat bonus of 254.8. Plus 120 viral. It hits! I'm sure I have enough crit in there. Well, I mean, most times it's okay, yeah. When the base value is 217.7. Oh, that's before Galvanized Scope even kicks in for another 200% modded bonus. Which, do that. Yeah, gives us another 80. So this hits a cap of 297.7. So close! So close at 300. We take it. We take it. Yo!
Less than 3.
The bot never lands. Logrin, thank you very much for resubscribing there up onto 8 months. Much appreciated. And I hope you're doing well today. Cheers indeed on that. You will not have to suffer the ads that people like Calamity are sending through to the chat. Right, I need to update the Parazon. That stabby was not correct. Ooh, not learned the new Requiem. That was insufficient. Alright, well, let's just take that off. That clearly is incorrect. Let's grab a Jahu. A fast Jahu. That'll do. Moon? Moon. God, that hurts. No. That's no. You know that's how that works, Spoon. Damn you. Damn you. Alright, let's go rescue. Would I pick crit chance over crit damage for the Burston? What, for the Riven? Honestly, not certain what's the best way around on that. I'm just not certain. But I have a happy roll. I don't need to take it further. It's not like I'll be hitting new breakpoints, like with the rolling I did on the Verglass Riven, where I needed to have crit chance, heat, and no harmful stuff in there. In the case of the Burston, it's just win more. That's just daft. Also, Clash Boy gifting a sub into the community. That's gone over to... I saw that. How fitting for a live stream. I'm hoping you all saw that. All the same, much appreciated there. Cheers.
Find the captive as soon as you can. We don't have much time.
Yeah, when it comes to crits don't really have breakpoints. At least not ones we need to care too much about. The main breakpoint with crits is actually 100%. Once you get to 100% critical chance, further critical chance bonuses, whilst very valuable, don't get me wrong, they aren't scaling anywhere near as quickly. Because if you go from 0% crit to 100% crit, you've increased your damage from 1 times to whatever your critical damage is. If you have a 10 times critical damage, you literally just increased your damage tenfold. That's a lot. Naturally, you're not going to have that kind of crit damage most of the time, but it's for referential purposes. So with a crit damage of 10 times, you go from 100% crit to 200% crit. What's your damage gone up to? And this is an actual question, chat. I want to see. I'm sure plenty of you are going to get this right. If you have a 10 times critical damage multiplier and 200% crit chance, what is the average actual crit multiplier you're going to get? Chocodika seems to think it's 19%. Interesting. This thinks it's 1.9 times. Interesting. 10 times multiplier leading to 1.9. That's a number. Calamity thinks it's 20. Porkchop's just given up. Ashpoint thinks it's 9 times. So, I can tell you now that the correct answer was Chocodika. Chocodika, congratulations. You were correct there. Sorry, Kelton. The previous ad was too soon. Twitch won't allow another one. You tried. So yeah, when you get to 200% crit on a 10 times critical damage multiplier, you've got a 9 times critical bonus, which is added to the base twice over. So you got 1 times plus 9 times plus 9 times, that is 19 times. Which means going from 0 to 100 crit, your damage increased tenfold. Going from 100 to 200 crit, your damage increased less than double. They got similar numbers, they were on the right line, but I don't give partial credit here. This isn't a show your working question. This is a answer the question or you got it wrong question. There are some I'll give partial credit on, not this one. I was very explicit in what I was asking. So, that means that outside of some other kind of wonkiness you need to care about, increasing your crit chance that much doesn't actually give you that much of a damage increase. How come no Gilded Truth? I don't need it, that's why. Does it look like the gun is struggling? I kind of generally paint in the direction they die. Also, I went the wrong way. Oopsies, my bad. Etherorix fails one time, it goes from 19 to 10 times. Can you go over that again? Sure, let me go over it this way for you, Etheroric. If you have a critical damage of 2 times, you go from dealing your normal damage to dealing 2 times damage on a crit. Does that much make sense to you? You go from normal damage to 2 times. And assuming that makes sense to you, how much damage have you gained going from normal hit to critical 2 times? How much have you gained? Oh, bollocks. They got me with that one. Gonna have to go unlock that door. There, you got there now, you got there, yeah. So, when I refer to the critical bonus, that is a term I coined myself to refer to the actual amount of increased damage you get for a critical hit. The critical damage, as it's measured in-game, and yes, I do have a video for it, exclamation mark 165. The critical damage, as it's shown in-game, is a shorthand of you will deal this multiplier to damage on a normal critical hit. But that shorthand includes the 1 times base damage. When you go to an orange crit, you add the critical bonus again, but that means if you're on a 10 times, for example, you go from 1 to 10 to 19 to 28 on red crit to 37 on second tier red crit and so on. Because the critical bonus is 1 less than the critical damage shown in the arsenal. Which means that if you have a critical multiplier of 1 times exactly somehow, so you have a Riven negative, then that means that on critical hit you deal 1 times damage. And on a orange crit you deal 1 times damage. On a red crit you deal 1 times damage. You're not actually gaining any damage, despite the critical damage multiplier. Because your bonus is nothing. And if you have less than 1, you actually lose damage with every critical tier.
Hurry.
Well, that's fun. Can I open any of these? Wow. Wow, okay, nothing on the other side. All over here. Got him! And yeah, the 165 command is just a very quick shorthand for 165% is not 165%. The 165 is in reference to things like Serration, whereupon they do literally give you a 165% damage bonus, but then you combine it with Heavy Caliber, and your damage doesn't go up another 165. You fucking idiot, why did you stand in the damage field? Bruh. You're lucky I control all that. Stupid NPCs. You just can't get the AI these days, can you? You just can't get it. There we are.
Which is more than you would have done.
So yeah, Warframe damage mathematics, it's simple enough once you know the process, but it's only simple enough if you already have it solved. Also, there's your apple. It's, yeah, there's so many things in here. So many stupid things. And, I think Clashpoint just hit you with another ad. How dare. You had to? I don't think you did. Okay. Alright, we've found out that Loke is involved. So we've got Faust at the front, Loke maybe there. 50-50 on next. Excuse me. Curry is arguing. 50-50 on next tab. For a very large curry. Yo! Captain Calamity, thank you very much for the gifted subs out to the channel here, much appreciated. That's gone out to MemeMan8278, to Thernex71, to Iron the Sky, to Evidently Dashing, and to Ultra Neon Okami. Captain Calamity, thank you very much for that there, much appreciated. Much appreciated. Gremlin Cheese saying matching damage weaknesses is still pretty important. Warframe, would you make the number funny enough? Or we switch to gas? I mean, honestly, gas, electric, viral, heat, whatever takes your fancy really. You reach a point of damage where it doesn't matter what you're shooting, so long as they're not immune to it, you'll kill them. It's not like the old days where radiation against the Deimos Infested would give you a ultra mega nerf to damage. Where against the wrong faction you could literally be doing 1/7 the damage of base, and then with the correct damage type you could deal 7 times bonus. Which means that compared worst to best would be a 49 times differential. Which is insane to think about. That's gone. Absolutely wild that used to exist. Yeah, I'll see. Yeah, there's some wild damage bonuses just kind of all over the place. They add up. You eventually get there. Do multiple self-portraits DR stack? I think it's only the highest one is taken into account. Yeah. Which would be the common way those kinds of abilities work. Chuck saying, is that just the previous weakness system? Yeah, the previous weakness system would have negatives on various types, whereas we rarely have that now. And those negatives applied to health and armor separately, but stacked. And the way it applied to armor is that it wasn't just a damage multiplier, either up or down, it also changed how much armor they had. So if you had a minus 75% against a armor type, not only was your damage reduced by 75%, but also the armor you were shooting into was treated as if it was 75% higher. And the resulting reduction in your damage meant you were dealing as low as, it was asymptotic, I think, to 1/7 of the damage. And in the other direction, if you had a 75% bonus, and the armor was reduced by 75% against your attack, then you could have some crazy damage bonus up the other way. And that was back when armor had no cap for NPCs. They didn't stop at 2700. They just kept going with the same equation we use for players, except they had obscene numbers. So, radiation in some places was amazing, god tier smash through, and in other places was just useless. How long ago did they change this? A couple years ago now, I think. A couple years ago now. Gonna be around the time that I put out the latest elemental guide when I did the refresh on that, and I think that was 2024. There you are. Let's do the examinate. Why not? Yeah, Choc, it's been a moment. Actually, if I stop that there. Choc. Unless you've signed in recently, I think I can do this. Oh, yeah, you're right there. I knew I saw you recently. You're right there, Choc. You are the 7th least online person in the clan. 7th least online, and to be quite honest with you, I think others have been since removed from the clan. It's just, I recognize your name. The rule is, if I need space in the clan, and someone is either, if someone is both intern and I don't recognize the name, they're on the chopping block. Everyone up here is either not an intern, or I recognize the name. Those get to stay forever. Isn't that 2.5 years? Something like that, yeah. Something like that. So, yeah. That's your PC account? Oh, you've not linked them up. Fair enough. Still. Chocodika, as we know you. That's your record at the moment. That's your record. Great. Let's keep murdering dogs. Do we have many founders in the clan? Not many. You feel like you're in here? That's all good. That's all good. Just goes to show how long you've been a part of the community, really. Everyone takes breaks, that's fine. If those breaks are temporary or permanent, each their own. Always welcome back. Unless I'm the one who forced you onto a break, in which case, you know. But we don't need to talk about that subset of people, do we? Alright, come on, spawn another dog for me. This Robo-Canocide needs to keep on happening. Evil Ken moment? Quite the opposite, I'll have you understand. When I am referencing those who have no reason to be with us anymore, it's because they themselves prove to be beyond problematic. I'm pretty sure my entire moderator team will tell you just how fucking lenient I am. Did I pick up an adversary beacon this week? The ultimatum? Yeah, I did. But I'm in no rush right this moment. She's actually been quite quick at spawning. We had her appear on the second mission of this run, and I only needed to do one run just to get the goddamn gun. Petra, that is not a threshold that you should be towing towards, just to be clear. Do not take that as a goal.
Just jumping in to say hi.
Hello, Mantis. I suppose if it's just briefly, then goodbye as well. But hello, Mantis. Thank you very much for resubscribing there. Much appreciated. I hope you're doing well today, my
So
dude.
you could always just leave, then I wouldn't have to.
Hope the metaphorical Vedmak is having a good day.
Get back, Alban.
There we go.
Subject.
And then second stab. Ah, it's on the end. Well, 50-50.
Sister,
50-50.
you have been promoted.
Alright. That means next mission I can just one-tap it now. Easy peasy.
Divine too.
Now the question is, do I go straight to next mission to do it? Or do I just let it spawn naturally? I think spawn naturally. The Kuva ones tend to be more frustrating. I'm going to save the ultimatum for that. Isn't this the second mission on this planet? I did rescue... Yeah, I think this is the second mission on this planet. Yeah.
Mission
Yeah.
complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Glad things have been good for you, Mantis. We should do another run out sometime, you and I. See if we can't steal from more of the Russians or the Chinese out in Nullsec. Because for those of you who missed out, that is literally what Mantis and I did in our previous fleet together. Hey, let's just teleport into someone's space and see how much we can rob them for. And rob them we did. Rob them we did.
Yes, yes.
We can reveal the third mod, don't have to waste a wild card. That would be nice. I do have a suitable amount of wild cards. I'm not that concerned, but yeah. Alright, so let's see. I mean, it's quite far away from getting that Requiem. Quite far away. She's probably going to spawn soon and we'll just get this done with. Which I'm fine with. Chinese have accounts on the Tranquility server. That they do, Brother Oni. That they do. That'll be frat. They'll evil running ads without gifting subs. That is quite the point there, Calamity, isn't it? That is quite the point. Making people suffer and not helping anyone out of it. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ah. You thought they could only play on their own server? You should say laws. You know, it's funny you should say that, Brother Oni. It's funny you should say that. Makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think. Anywho, let's head over to Neptune.
Finally, some competent administration. Any complaints can be filed.
Oh, good point, Growling. I do still need to get around to covering the other drop rate changes that D implemented. I was going to have a look as to how the Equinox video did to decide if I want to cover the others as well. Guess I probably should. Very generous? It is interesting that they made the changes they did to Equinox, but given that she is such an early farm, she does really stand out. A lot of people had her as a bugbear, so I understand it. I say the issue is more the mission rather than the drop rates, but
Success.
it is what it is.
Safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
It is what it is. Flip. Very how rough content was. Would we stick around? I mean, Warframe's always had at least a good, good baseline. Well, no, even that's not true. Early Warframe, people saw the potential, saw where it could go. And as it's evolved, Warframe has become better and better whilst the competition has kind of shit itself, let's be honest. But a big part of Warframe, I think, for me, was the movement system. It feels so damn freeing to just kind of, you know, just take control of the map like this. The tiles are really dynamically interesting. You look at a room like this. You look at a room like this. This is the kind of room you'd expect in an actual kind of campaign shooter. And this is just a go-between room between everything else we're doing. The pathways, the parts to it, the secrets to be found. So when you combine together the good-looking maps of interesting variety to it, and I mean that scenery they added recently as well, that just helps sell it. The good-looking maps, the interesting terrain it creates, the fact that you can see the tiles, but you don't really feel the tile issues too much. Yeah, you'll get some duplicates and it'll feel a little bit silly, but it passes you by, not a problem. And you just get to launch yourself around it. It rewards you for learning how to play with the game rather than play against it. And that was probably one of my core complaints when it came to both the Veilbreaker missions, the Noko missions, and the Folly Hunt missions. Is that for all three of them, they didn't really respect that. For all three of them, you've got just the same area on repeat, which is a bit of a grind. For all three of them, you've got please navigate around the map to just find hidden things in random places. No rhyme or reason. No, they're in these specific locations for a purpose, not even markers on it. Just stumble around till you come across it. And then a fair chunk of getting denied. Just what feels good about this game. They stand out to me in that regard.
Which is more than you would have done.
I've never enjoyed hunting down tiny hidden things without a way to find them. They're just sprays on the side of bridges out of GTA San Andreas. It wasn't good gameplay back then, it ain't good gameplay today. It's the tabletop equivalent. Well, sorry, no, the video game equivalent of the tabletop of... oh, sorry, you didn't say you specifically put your right hand on this door. It's like... Do I need to describe putting my hand on every single surface? In everything? So, Warframe's done so well because so many of the factors work in its favour. And then it's just, please... remember those ones. It's cool to innovate, but some things are being left in the past for a reason. Some things are just for the collector to feel like finishing the codex. No offense to people who enjoy their codex, but I'll be quite honest, the gameplay enjoyed for this kind of thing is not the common gameplay. It's not. It's just not. Now, picking up resources across the entire system, I'll be honest, this is one that did feel nice. It still kind of does. Picking up resources across the entire system, and those coming together as kind of core resources to be able to build a bunch of stuff, yeah, that feels great. That feels great. And then you get some things. Some things which are only built with resources only found in the one location where you farm them as well. And then it feels a bit bad. You look at all these using standard resources in standard ways, and it's like, yeah, I've gathered resources. These are valuable. And then it comes out with something that doesn't use those. Oh. And Folly, to her credit, does use standard Star Chat resources. And that feels good. That feels good. Yeah. Go and she's saying everyone the mark on the map. New thing is now have 2,000 collectibles. We have evergreen rewards after the first 500. So you have a 1,500 for. Not sure I follow, sorry. Not sure I follow. Okay. Let's do the exterminate, why not? Oh, I've not played open world GTA 5. My last GTA was... I want to say GTA 4? I think. And even then, not much of that. So I borrowed it from a friend. Borrowing games from a friend. Ooh, wow, that's a throwback. Anyway. Age myself? More just, I don't play on console. Aging myself is pointing out which console I stopped playing on, which was, I have my trusty Xbox 360 in my front room as my DVD player. Why do I need a DVD player? Because I got my goddamn DVDs, damn it. What's that? The internet goes down? I've still got something to watch. Can't take that away from me with some... Oops, we added ads to your subscription. Don't need to pay for no online service just to access my discs. Oh, sorry, there was a 3 GB update. Nope. Disc go in, game get play. Mind you, I do also have a small handful of music CDs as well on that shelf. I think I even have a VHS somewhere. Not certain, I might have thrown that one out. That is getting a little ridiculous. What are we farming? Exclamation mark goal. Oh, we need to go up. Up! Up! Thank you. You're surprised vinyl records are still so popular? I mean, they had a resurgence. They became kind of a cultural thing rather than simply a technology. I think part of it is because they don't really require a technology per se. At least not any kind of digital technology. They don't require decoding, just transmitting with a record player. If you really wanted to, you could just attach the needle to a string and a cup, and you could hear it badly through the cup. Can't do that with a VHS. Can't do that with a CD or DVD or cassette. Betamax, Blu-ray, floppy disk, various disk drives, all those need decoding. All the information there is information, sure, but it is abstracted beyond the natural world. Vinyl isn't that. So there's room for it to exist separately. I think that's a big part of it. Well, a big part of enabling the culture of it. As some say, there's also quality aspect to be had. I've never heard it. I'll be quite honest with you. I think that is just a little bit of a bias. Yeah. Definitely not going to complete all these murmurs before she shows up again, are we? Oh well.
These used to be yours, but now
At least we don't have to deal with read unlocked DVD or BD these days. I mean, don't we? Don't we? Don't we? Sure, it's quite that simple. Hello, Mythic. Hope you're doing well today. People enjoy being snobs about things they enjoy, and that's alright. Not sure I do agree on that. There's enjoying things, that's fine. People enjoy the things they enjoy, that's fine. being a snob about it, the very aspect of being a snob, at least if we use a definition I understand of snob, that's not a positive. That's not really a welcome experience.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
Very true, Chocolatey, very true. Yeah. Any tips or advice on the Carl missions? The Carl missions are always the same over and over, so it's more the question of what are you trying to get from it? What are you struggling with and what are you trying to get? Because pretty much any guide ever made for the Carl missions is gonna still be basically correct. They added in a little bit of a loot radar, which makes life easier. They added in some extra weapons if you want to faff around with that, but the missions are the same. Just on Veilbreaker. I mean, honestly, go in and have fun, and if you don't have fun, stop doing it. The only thing you get there that you can't trade for is Steinax, and Steinax you can just buy with plats, you can trade for it anyway. Archon shards no longer come from there. Archon mods you can get from trading, so just give it a whirl, try it out. That's my genuine advice on that. And again, if you don't like it, don't force yourself through it.
We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, I know.
Just understand that the mission won't rotate until and unless you complete the mission. Then it'll rotate at the start of the next week. So if Monday rolls around and you've not done the mission, it's not going to change which mission is there. So if you ever want to see the third mission, you have to do the second. But that's it. Perhaps more pejorative than you intended. Well, at least you double checked on the definition there, that's all good. That's how it works? It is Calamity, yep. Bit of a weird one. I'm not sure if the game explains it, if it's pointed out anywhere, but straight up, yeah, that's just how it be. That's just how it be. Alright, she's still not turned up. I don't think I put it on my gear wheel, did I? Nope. Okay. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I wanted to ride that. Coming through! Wrong button. I'll get this. Really? The dog died. That's all I really wanted. The dog died. Let's go. Ah! Hey! There she is! Who's my favourite shooting target? Stabby, stabby, stabby! Did I update the powers on? Oh, you know I did. Boom! There we go. I know she's not talking to me, but it really sounds like a fancy way of just telling me to kill myself.
I have restructured your finances, I have issued receipts, and there is nothing you can do about it.
Bet. Let's go to space. Well, you know, aside from all the space travel we have been doing, let's go to more space. The spacier space. The space between and beyond spaces. Let's head to Neptune and pay our sister a visit. One last time. What buff is that one? Huh. Fair enough then. Alright, approach to the pillar. What we're going to have to do... destroy 2 security nodes and 2 cruise ships. Well, that's nice and easy.
send you over the documentation.
Oh, love, don't you worry about the documentation. I will be doing my own demonstration.
The enemy have called in a cruise ship.
Oh, have they now?
Evolving.
A cruise ship, you say?
Launch a cruise
Well,
ship.
say hello to Photor.
That'll keep 'em busy.
Alright, cruise ship is disabled. Let's send it to the cold below. Clover! That is a Clover! Hello, hello, hello! Much appreciated. Thank you very much for the raid there. I hope you've had yourself a wonderful
Incoming
stream.
with a psychological warfare mesa build. Damage not included. Relieved face emoji.
A psychological warfare mesa build. Dare I actually ask? I did see you were doing mesa shenanigans when I popped into your stream briefly earlier. I am curious now as to what you're doing there. Also, thank you very much for subscribing. At tier 1, no less, for 10 whole months of support. Thank you very much, Clover. I did consider reaching out to you for today, I'll be quite honest. Only a little bit. Only a little bit. I immediately dismissed the idea. But for a briefest moment, I did consider reaching out to you for today. Like, so you know how you said you really wanted to play Fortnite?
If you fail today,
Well, it is April 1st. But you didn't think of it, so you missed out. You missed out. Should have thought ahead. I can't carry you through everything. Just a couple games of it. Going, oh, that was some lag. Okay.
You have
And I'll have a look
our
at
brother's
that
full
when we get out of here.
support. Take what is yours.
She's going to be taking a final breath, and that's about it, lady.
you started this, and you'll only have yourself
Moved her
to blame.
4 for Defy! Why have all the things? Defy? Chat, what the fuck has Clover been smoking?
Self-destruct activated. All personnel evacuate.
Oh no.
No. Hurry,
Oh
everyone.
no.
Let's all get
Wait.
off this ship
God damn it.
before it explodes.
Babbity 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 ba 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 ba. There we go. Pro hacking strats. You know it.
Mighty Barvos, my desire
Here we have
is to
Silo Fasket,
die, and
which is
I
the exact
trust
pronunciation.
it.
For those who are wondering, this is a Tenet Quanta sister. The first attempt I had at rolling a sister. Got Tenet Quanta straight away. 56% damage with an ephemera with a quirk.
If you too must
And I'm not even going to sell her.
exact a grievous price.
56% Tenet Quanta first try, ephemera, quirk. I'm just going to turn it right in. Vanquish. Give me that weapon.
Ooh, Tenno, it's me. You can't have meant to. Oh,
Good night.
Tenno.
Sleep tight. Oh, yeah, can't just recall. I've defeated the sister. Can we let me out now, please?
This tape.
Ah, yes, Parvos. You keep threatening me. You've done nothing about it. Oh, I forgot to kill the other Lavos. Oops. Let's get out of here. And we're good. Alright. I'm saying because instead of relying on damage, build focus on survivability, psychological warfare, let the enemies commit, absorb it, turn it back on them, aura farming. I see. Over. Are you okay? It's, Normal person would have chosen evade. Not sure about that. Yay, bits and pieces. Yay, ephemera. And of course. Oh, the shields plus Lavos. Oh, I mean, there is that as well, isn't there? There is that as well. Alright, yeah, that's fair trade. That's fair trade. Clover. Very quickly. Don't know if you need to go sprinting off. But very quickly, we did discover a couple builds on one of my Lavoses. Let's see, it was the Ice Lavos, I think, had it. So, first, the more sensible one, called Shields Plus. Bear in mind, this is Lavos. Shields Plus has catalyzing shields, fast deflection, and vigilante vigor on Lavos, along with Arcane Nullifier and Arcane Aegis on Lavos. You'll notice this is running Pillage on Lavos. This is a legitimate build. This is a genuine Shield Lavos build with his whopping 74 shields to make it all work. Why? Shields Plus. And it does work. With maximum cooldown reduction through Swift Bite, with the benefit of Valence Formation to give you a damage bonus, with no energy to worry about, no magnetic procs to worry about, shields to constantly restore yourself. Cheers, Squirbo. And this genuinely is a way to defeat the hard mode version of the tank, for example. Because your defense is the shields that just can't help themselves but keep on coming back via Pillage, via regen delay reduction, via Arcane Aegis. You just keep going. This existed before Persistence, and quite frankly is going to outlive Persistence. But the reason we saw this build the other day is because I went to rank up Archon Flow and a warning popped up. I went to rank up my only copy of Archon Flow and a warning popped up that it would pop off of a Lavos build. And I had to find out, what in the unholy did I do to have an Archon Flow unranked on a Lavos build that was also out of capacity? And it was this. This is an Energy Siphon, Equilibrium, Rage modded Lavos, an unranked Coaction Drift, an unranked Archon Flow, Diamond Bloody Skin, Primed Redirection, and Boreal's Hatred, leading into getting more efficiency than you could shake a stick at. Arcane Energize and Arcane Steadfast for the absolute most pointless arcanes for Lavos you have ever seen. And if that isn't bad enough, if all of this excessive focus on completely pointless energy doesn't already destroy your sanity, I would like to point out that this has a 13% ability duration. A 13% ability duration means that every damaging proc of both of Heat, Toxin, and of Slash, all three of those will deal no damage whatsoever, because the status duration will run out before the first tick of damage. And so the name of this build, Primed What? It's the first mod to stand out, and then you realise all the rest of it is just as ridiculous. This is the worst fully built frame you could make, because it is everything wrong with itself. Take it Steel Path. You know, I might actually succeed a Steel Path mission with it because my guns are just that strong. So let's not. Let's not. Prime redirections kind of carries. No adaptation, no armor bonus. That right there is 2,500 hit points, and that's what you get. It is horrible. So let's have a look at this, shall we? What has Clover conjured? We have a loot detector. Already I am in pain. I am in agony. I am begging your absolute finest pardon. We have enemy sense. Totally necessary, I'm certain. So necessary that we don't even have enemy radar on here, it's loot radar. But sure. We then have, I notice, Umbral Vitality and Fast Deflection on the same build. This is filling me with confidence. We have Rush outside of an Excellence slot. We have Primed Redirection to go with this. Adaptation, you know, adaptation works aplenty. That could do loads of good stuff right there. A normal continuity. Not Archon, not primed, not flawed even, just continuity. You get it right out of your bargain bucket. And a stretch and streamline just to round it off a little bit. Not a singular point into strength as far as I can see here. Surely running out of capacity? They've got another 6. You could absolutely level that up and only go to 7 with a prime continuity. You'll have 3 left over. Arcane Energized. Certainly a choice here. Yeah, I do see that Energy Max is looking a little bit peachy there. I mean, if you empty your energy, it's 175 off of an energy orb. That's still got some room to spare, but... And then Arcane Agility for Particle Velocity. Sure, why not? A little bit of Particle Velocity. I use that myself from time to time. Now, this is supposed to be a Defy build. Which will indeed grant you 750 whole points of armor. Now I'm looking at this and it's showing me some tiny duration stats. I think that's taking the duration from my Lavos. The duration from the Mesa here, 130%. You've got a time invulnerable of 2.6 seconds. It's not as bad as it looks, chat. This has got 10 times the duration stat of what it shows on the mod card here. That is just a result of DE doing DE things. But it also means the damage multiplier is probably not where we hope it to be. It's 100%, so it's just 7.5 times. The radius is only 45% buffed. Not exactly a big swing there. But it's there. It's there. So we have armor bonus into our health tank whilst using 2 shield mods for a shield tank. With a split tank, it can work on both, sure. But then just like... I'm trying to figure out why the shields are here at all, to be quite honest with you. I'm really trying to figure out why the shields are here in the first place. Because you're invulnerable during this. Afterwards, you get armor to go with the health that we've built into. Why are these here? What are they doing for you? No! I can't even find the meme in this. I'm sorry, this just hurts me. Just hurts me, Clover. This is truly an abomination. Which means it is absolutely perfect for Clover and her community. Yep. This is what I have come to expect from your lucky Clover. The one and only. The irreplaceable. The irrepeatable. And may we all be so happy that there is only one Clover. Yeah. And this is only the second dumbest thing I've seen this week. I'm sorry to say, Clover, you're not going to beat the #1 spot. This is only the second dumbest. But it's still pretty bad. It's still pretty bad. I hate this. Thank you very much for sharing. Good God. Good absolute God. Okay. Let's go piss off the Grenadier. Let's go piss off the Grenadier. That's... a bug's gonna come up and annoy me. Catch you around, Clover. You have yourself a good one. Thanks for dropping by. Really do appreciate it.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy
Alright.
operations is here.
Hold
Find
on.
them and capture them.
In honor of Clover raiding us, let's do this. I feel like I'm leaning. Oh, yeah. Why have I done this? Oh no. 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 Oh, it's only level 21. We're fine.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Alright, just gotta wait for the sign of things to happen. Nope. There's the sign. Obliterate everything! There we go. So weird Warframe styles the gun the same way? Yeah. We're shooting from the corner of the screen, it feels like now. This is... Ugh. Your neck hurts? Yeah, this feels wrong. This feels so wrong. So befitting of the day. But also so glad I didn't promise to do it for the whole stream. I'll just... Oh, God. This is really genuinely actually kind of difficult to play. I didn't realize just how much I played via my character rather than my reticle, but
Mission complete.
that's genuinely just difficult to play. It really does feel like I was like just clicked the whole time. I probably was leaning a little bit physically there. Bug.
We received
Alright,
intel that somebody
I think
vital
missed
to
that.
enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
God, the goriness is the way enemies split. And do you want more gore in the game?
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here.
Something you didn't realize was if you don't finish the mission after... Oh, yeah. You gotta finish the mission to wipe them out of the pool. Also, Calamity, how dare you? Forcing people to go through yet another round of ads. Honestly. I considered setting that to 10,000 channel points rather than 1,000. I thought no one's going to do it 10,000. Whereas if I put it at 1,000, it's going to happen like once or twice. Haven't you done it like 3 times yourself? Is running out some April Fool's thing? Yes. Yes, it is. I am not keeping that around. Alright. No bueno on that one. Let's get out of here. Oh, I have to swap back. I'm sorry. That just... Ugh. There we go. Okay. Woo! You can fit under that? That you can, yeah. You just gotta hit the slide. Hold control. You can indeed crouch during Lavos' Vile Rush. It's always been a thing. Thank you very much, Andrew, for gifting out 5 subs to community there. It's gone out to Jorker83, to Dirty Badger 404, to The Telement, to Agnir Red, and Ipseri. Andrew, thank you very much on those gifted subs there. Much appreciated once again. And we have Logrin requesting and orange lighting in the background. We are flip-flopping between those two today. Alright, let's keep going. But yeah, there's a surprising number of people who don't realize you can just
You are here on a capture mission.
slide
Find, capture,
during
extract
Vile
the
Rush.
target.
It's just a thing. Too bad there's a cooldown on it. Yeah, so I mean, like, I couldn't let you spam ads every second, and also Twitch doesn't allow me to send ads that often either. So basically, the cooldown on it doesn't match up to Twitch. The cooldown matches to what would be too ridiculous to even let you try.
Mission complete.
But if you send it through, you'll spend the points, and if Twitch can send an ad, it'll just send an ad. Why would you assume slide works if nothing but directions work? Slide is a direction. That is called down.
Queens will not be pleased. Clone rot has gone too far.
Hello. Shooty shooty. What we got? You mean they still haven't fixed that? Ghoulsaw. I was in the middle of complaining. God damn it. I was in the middle of complaining. Anyway, yeah. So cold procking a target like that still delays seeing what the item is in 2026. Ah.
We've decided you're bad for business.
Oh really? Where are you then? Come on. Threaten me. Oh, there you are. Sorry, just gotta reload. Now you can die. Much better. Was it just the 3 of them? Wow, that's kind of pathetic. No, there they were. Found them. Gonna say, sending just 3 to kill me? That's insulting. Streamer RNG must be real. I mean, this isn't that high up it, but sure. Whatever makes you feel better.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Nah, streamer luck is real. It's true. Streamer luck is real. And the thing is, I can prove that streamer luck is real. I can prove it. When you refer to streamer luck, you're referring to a at least within their community, recognized streamer, a content creator, someone who is able to make a job out of it, like yours truly here, just about. Warframe isn't that popular, but just about. So, oh, fuck you, clip that bastard. So, in order to be in such a position, you must have, you know, taken off. Made it as a creator. And there are many, many people trying to do that in the first place, which means that only some people are actually making it as a content creator in the first place. That involves no small element of luck. So by definition, a professional content creator, a professional streamer, is already a lucky person. Streamer luck is real. You don't get the luck for being a streamer. You get the streamer for having the luck. That's how it works. Alright, let's sort this barrels on. That is defiled. Oh, let's take you off of there. Do I have another ready to go? Of course I do. Shit. Okay, that's maybe slightly a problem. And I only have 2 defileds. Well, that's that then. Okay. That's what I say. All I have to do is stream regularly for a while and can get ungodly rolls. Ah, see, no. Just streaming lots isn't enough to be a full-time content creator. It's not merely streaming lots. You have to get lucky. I did have 4 new wool. How did I miss that? I thought I... Did I search wrong? You know what? I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy joking around, wasn't I? I'm just a derp there. Was the lich a good one? Ooh, didn't pay enough attention. Let's see. 41%. However, this one is very tall. They're off the top of my screen. Just could avoru. Just could avoru. There. They're demness. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, let's get to work on murdering another thing. Murder, murder. Have a good posture? It seems so, doesn't it? Yeah. Alright, let's get murdering.
Stationed here. Leave no one standing.
I realize this is one of those few missions where having the music on really adds to it because you get that spawning sound on them. Something like that. It's been a while since I've heard it, I'll be honest. Stabby stabby. Wouldn't surprise me if you have an ancient lich, Choc. Would not surprise me, given what we've already seen of your online time. Or rather, your offline time. Let's go grab the next thrall. Oh, we're just gonna default stab that one. Doesn't even get a proper execution. Get a default stabbed. The A pose of stabs. Wi-Fi stab, yeah. I stab in your general direction. Please unalive. That's what I'm killing him at that point. Maybe that's what I should have done for April Fools. Maybe I should have put out a bunch of shorts using, and I quote, TikTok language. Just the most safe for work, safe for family kind of Warframe videos by just blurring everything out. By the 5th short, it's literally just a video of some flowers in the garden because, nope, gotta blur everything to safety. It's not a gun, it is a metal acceleration device. Pretty mad, if you dare say so. Well, yeah. Pop!
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
We're gonna unalive this flipping heckin' mean Kuva enemy. No. Enemy is too ferocious. Too hostile. I'm going to unalive this mean flipping hecking Kuva opponent? Kuva adversary? Far too much. No. Kuva guy. Just gonna go with guy. No, wait. Kuva baddie. We can go with baddie. Easy to say for young kids. Doesn't use any complicated syllables, phonemes, graphemes, and all that lot. They can handle the concept of a baddie. Yeah, it's a Kuva baddie. Really? Really? This guy has got a heckin' good plan to survive. Oi, dipshit. Yeah, come on over here. Come get me. What? No! No! No. To the highest of bruh. How am I supposed to get this one? What? No. You know what? I'm not moving. I'm not moving. You can step out of there and you can come and kill me. Sorry, you can come and unalive me. Who's more stubborn, me or a broken AI? Let's find out. Needed to stretch anyway. And I don't stretch enough as it is. Cheers, Andrew. Now, see, Briar's gonna move. I'm gonna get him out of there. If I try that... Yeah, okay, so he's resistant to that, that's fine. I have to be careful not to kill him, though. Come on. Oh my god. No. Okay, well if I sneak around the edge very carefully. Okay, that's got him out of it. Can I reach that? Can I? Come on. No, no, not the turret, not the turret. The turret will put me inside the extraction zone. Come on. Yes! Haha! Oh wait, I could step all the way to here? I'm inside the green ring.
Adversary,
What?
I have taken my time.
Okay.
It is my right as holder
Okay.
of this scepter.
The thing that was trolling me was actually extraction. Okay. Let us simply move on to the next location. I moved the extraction ring for the tile set with the folly update. I think it was before that, honestly. Fairly certain it was before that. I remember seeing the complaints on the Discord about it.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Hello! Mandatory helmet check. Who's wearing theirs? Ooh, nice try. Unfortunately. Again, no helmet. No helmet. It's like they don't want to live. Hello, sir. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior? Slam! Yeah, he's dead. It's not a legal requirement to wear a helmet? No, but it is a mortal requirement. Oh, excuse me. Gotta reload. Oh, thank you. That makes it easier. Ooh. Wow, I thought I hit the head there. I might have been mistaken. That one's face turned into an ammo box. Do I need to specifically aim in such a gory fashion? No. Is it worth it? Hell yeah. Hello! I've played for so long with gore disabled on this game, I actually kind of forgot just how gory it gets. This is what the Varuna Prime trailer will do to you. Oh, gods. Yeah, no, that's a demonetized on YouTube right there. Rip. And stab. Oh, we got another Wi-Fi stab. Dang it. I was moving too much. So the thralls similar to dogs, more spawner kills? Yes. Yes, the more perishments you impart upon the foe, the greater the spawn rate of the shiny Grineer. Because we don't want to be talking about, you know, any kind of mental manipulation now, would we? So we cannot be suggesting that they are otherwise ensnared mentally. They are merely shiny. And we are pointing in their general direction with a acceleration device of angelic origin, no less. So godly, so wholesome. A pacifying device, yes. We are bringing calm to these busy lives. I can't fucking keep this. No. Ugh. Ugh. Everything about this is horrible. They fucking died. All right, there we go. Good. Right, cool. How the advertiser's gone now? Splendid. Whew. Oh. God, what was that aneurysm? An aneurysm, kids, is what happens when you ask mummy or daddy where are we going for the 50th time on the fucking car ride. Oh, Aegir's subjected Jarl non-subs to yet another ad.
I take your coin as easily
Well.
as I take your life, your power, your joy.
Also, on a completely unrelated note, a few days ago, don't know why, don't know how, don't know for what purpose whatsoever, you also developed, right there. Right there. Today, it has reached painful. This is going to be a fun 7 days. Actually, given the position, might be about 10. Pain, pain, pain. We do love pain, except we don't. We really don't. Please no. Spy. Let's do the spy mission.
I need you to get inside enemy data vaults and retrieve
Hard to say,
crucial
Parma Farmer.
intelligence
Hard to
data.
say. Alright, there is a thrall in the distance. Let's go, fucking murder them. I can understand advertisers not wanting to, you know, swear in their own adverts. I get that, I really do. I find it ludicrous that advertisers would be so stuck up, and I do mean stuck up, I'm not mincing my words here, so stuck up as to be like, oh, we can't have our advert shown next to someone swearing. Right. You sure about that? You sure that's the problem you should be worrying about? That your audience, that your intended market just happen to be watching something a little bit explicit? You're not okay with being anywhere near that? Oh, boo. Boo. And it is just a reiteration of, dare I say, almost puritanical standards. Unfortunately, due to where the money is, very often American puritanical standards. I can understand appropriately rating content, making sure that we're not subjecting poor little young kids to the most vile communication known to man, but then, well, they shouldn't be here in the first place, so that's fine. But the advert's next to it? As long as the advert isn't worse than the content it's rated to be next to, who fucking cares? The advertisers, apparently. Not enough to show off their product, they've got to be fun police about it. It's wild when you think about it. It is really wild. And I'm saying it's the moral majority in every Western country. I don't know if it's every Western country, and I sure don't know that it's the majority. You listen to the average person speak, and you hear how much they pop off, how much when they've got something to say, how much they'll fucking tell you. Swearing very intentional there. And yet, you get to an advertiser for TV and all of a sudden, oh no, And then when it gets to something like your instant advertising, where some of the time they are straight up advertising gambling sites, but heaven help you if you so much as mention gambling on the way there. And it's like, this doesn't quite track. Yeah, it gets a little silly. And apparently TikTok is the worst offender by far, so live its best life, I suppose. You've been getting gambling ads everywhere? Yeah. So I've been watching a show that I found on Amazon Video. So I've been like, oh damn, I have access to this? Sweet, let's give it a look and look. But unfortunately, because Amazon in their infinite wisdom decided that they wanted to put some adverts into their already at least slightly premium to access video service, I have been subjected to some of them, and I gotta... Oh, did I really leave a thrall down here? My bad. Wait, how did I do that? Sorry. How did I get here? What? Sorry, can someone explain to me what maneuver I did to land on the platform that was above the exit of the pipe into here? Let's... I have to go up and around it. Okay. That's... I'm gonna go around and see if I can recreate that. That's weird. No? No idea. Okay, that was weird. How like the vaulting changes? Honestly, no idea at this point in time. I usually move in such a way as to avoid vaulting even happening. So, no idea. Oh hey, it's all. You can't believe how much gambling has been legalized in America? Hey, here in the UK, it's been even more legalized than you've ever had it over in the US. You or other people, if it's third party to yourself. Here in the UK, gambling has just always been a part of the culture that I've known and grown up with. Even so far as having children-appropriate parts of arcades. So you'd have the 18 rated zone, which would be your hard gambling, but then you'd have your children acceptable areas, which would have much, much, much lower bets allowed on it, much smaller stuff, but it's still fruit machines. Well, there'll be coin pushers, all kinds of bits like that. And yeah, digital gambling, when time for it to roll around, oh yeah, plenty here. The adverts on TV for the National Lottery and other lotteries. the gambling shops on pretty much every single high street. Absolutely plenty of it. I distinctly remember, oh god, how far, I'm not sure how old I was, but I distinctly remember on one holiday to one of our favourite family holiday locations, this holiday site had its own little arcade on it, and this family arcade place had its children's suitable fruit machine section. Thank you very much, Ellie, for the bit. And in that children's fruit machine section, various fruit machines of various types, all like, oh yeah, this machine averages 70x% payouts or whatever. But then there was one machine that year. One machine that seemed a little weird. It wasn't just one machine, it was 3 different terminals connected together. And those 3 different terminals connected to one more thing above it, which was basically another even bigger fruit machine looking thing. If you got a certain something on your terminal, then it would give you a roll on the big thing at the top there, all big flashy lights and whatnot. But the thing is that this game, compared to a lot of the fruit machines, this one looked very simple. Arcade's a place for gambling, not a place to play arcade game machines. We got both. Actually, we got 3 kinds of arcade, but let's not get into that right now. Continuing story. So, there we have it, that there is this strangely simple-looking large machine. I have a few plays on it, because, you know, I've got a few bob to play with. And I get some interesting positive returns. And I see the mechanics as to how it's working, and I watched a couple other people playing. I had a fair amount of time to myself to figure it out. And, oh shit. And I figured out that there was a flaw in it. That if I waited, if I watched until there was the right kind of setup, I could go in with a very high chance of activating the jackpot roller up the top. A very high chance, because of its hold system. It had a very, very generous hold system, and so long as I could hold 1 or 2 of the little jack symbols or whatever they were that popped up, I had a very high chance of landing it on that spinner. And I tried it, and it worked. And I tried it, and it worked. Repeat. I had it solved. I went in with my pocket money of £5 that I had to mess around, do the bits I wanted. I took my little brother with me because he loved seeing me figure out these kinds of things. He's always been my #1 fan. He loved seeing this happening. And I showed him what I figured out. I took my £5 in there and we played it for a hot minute or so. And I walked out with £43. Which, for a wee young lad, a holiday like that's a massive amount to suddenly have. Especially when you consider how many years back that was now. Went in with 5, come out with 43. You don't need to be a mathematician to know that's a pretty good rate of return. I had it figured out. Why didn't I go past 43? At that point, it was a pretty hefty pair of returns that led to that last 43. Me and my brother were just like, we can do anything now. We could just go rent any of the equipment we wanted. We can go to any of the other bits and pieces around the entire place. We can get the sweets we want, go on the computers to the internet, paid internet access, because that's how it was back then. None of this free Wi-Fi. Yeah. And when I showed my parents later, I've still got 30 quid left to me. They're like, how the f did you manage that? Right, well, here's a little explanation. The machine wasn't there the next year. I wonder why. Not exactly profitable for the place running it. But here's the thing. Capital Collector is saying that's how they get you hooked. You figured it out, exploited it, and want to do more. It was quite the opposite. That machine had the same effect for both me and my little brother. We both saw that we had beaten the system. We didn't just beat it slightly, we demolished the system. A nearly 9-fold return on what we put in. Nearly 9-fold return. We were never going to beat that. We saw the displays on every other food machine. We played on other bits here or there before. We were never going to beat that. There is no way we were going to get 900% out of a 70% machine. It's not happening. So instead of it getting us hooked, getting us wanting to do more, it snapped it. It broke the connection. We had seen enough of the arcades, we'd seen the gambling going on, we paid attention to our parents. I know, wild kids that listen to their parents. And then we just carved right through the middle of it all. Straight out the other end. Went, we're good. We're done. Nothing's going to top that in those little arcades, or anything like them. We could be chasing that dragon until we are deep in the red. We're good. Now, being young kids, we didn't use such terminology, but that's what the thought process was. That is pretty much the long and short of how they went. It was just, nah, we won. Got this 43 quid. Easy. There were no more financial barriers to what we wanted to do in that little safe play space that we had access to. Nailed it. But yeah, good shit. But like I say, gambling has been just a ever-present part of British culture for me growing up. It's just always there. Not a little bit, a lot of it. It's a distinct part of various childhood memories I have with family. Of the various arcades, of the lottery tickets, various little tombolas and raffles and all bits and pieces. Kane say, once put 4 bets of 10 euro cents each. Won 1600 on that. Yeah. Yeah, you get a win like that, you just know that's not going to happen again. It's crazy it happened in the first place. It's not going to happen again. Christina say, what really hit my brain in a this is so fuck moment? So I saw slot machines called skill games at the grocery store. Ew. Ew. Clement say, maybe you smashed it, but imagine the amount of kids that never managed to have that snapped moment. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not oblivious to the processes involved. Didn't I do a video not that long ago? Okay, actually, it might have been somewhat that long ago at this point. But I'm fairly certain I went into the psychology of gaming mechanics and reward mechanics in a video on the YouTube channel.
Capture and extract our target.
Fairly certain I went into that. Yeah. What's the other buttons and prompts when interacting with the navigation console? Oh, that's the Dark Refractory. That is the old piece, the Perita Rebellion and the Descendia. Suffice to say, Chocodika, the old piece quest, and if you haven't done it, we're not doing it right now, so I ain't gonna spoil it for you. Now. Hello, Sea Rabbits, welcome back. Stab. That's not a stab, that's a shoot. Don't know why I said stab. He died anyway. Yeah, I have talked about it on stream as well, but I'm fairly certain I went into it in a video. Fairly certain.
Your part is done here, Tenno.
Because I have this recollection of the ridiculousness of I'm invoking psychology professors in a video about Warframe. What has happened? I'm fairly certain it did end up in a video, yeah. Why are they all behind me? What is this? Bruh. There we go. Welcome in, Ellie. Hope you're doing well. You've maintained your watch streak, if nothing else. No idea what your watch streak is up to, but you've maintained it. Stab. See, that was a stab. Oops, missed. And big old burning area. Now, on yet another completely different topic. Sponsors. Yes, that horrible, horrible thing that is basically related to advertisers. We're on that kind of a theme of talk today, aren't we?
Broken their ranks and they are on the run.
I don't know how many of you realise how many sponsors this channel turns down on a routine basis. Let alone the free keys, which are basically saying, hey, this is account bound, but we want you to show our game off for free. Okay. Good to know. But, one recent sponsor finally actually upped its offer to something a little bit more than, why did you even spend the time to reach out to me? Looked into it, and it's like, oh wait, hang about. Didn't this company get hacked twice this year? Yeah, maybe I shouldn't cover that one. Let's maybe not subject you guys to a company that lets that level of bad juju happen. And I'm not talking like someone messed with the invite messages on Warframe level hack. I'm talking how did someone buy things with my PayPal account hack? That's not okay. Need some plugging into that info? Yeah. It takes time, but yeah, you have to kind of keep your ear to the ground for these kinds of things. I don't think you needed to force an ad on people on this moment here, Chuck, but fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, if I pull back one of my recent reply emails, one that seemed like, oh, well, you know, this might be an option. Let me see, here is it. Nope, that one. That was one where I sent them my rate and then they ghosted me. Yep, understandable. Have a nice day. Where was it? Was it? No, that was... Okay, here we go. This is what I use. Hello, person. Thank you for reaching out with this opportunity. I will be open to such and such. Could you tell me more about the kind of collaboration you had in mind? Also, as it is a gaming product, just to... you know, kind of keep it professional. As this is a gaming product, could you please share if this game includes or will include chance-based purchases connected to real-world money, such as loot boxes? If any elements of the game, visuals, audio, or player-accessible writing includes AI or generative content, and if this game includes or will include any non-cosmetic premium purchases, such as damage or experience enhancers. Let's see what we can make happen. Cheers, the Kengineer. Almost universally, not always, but almost universally, I send that email and I get ghosted by the advertiser reaching out. Almost universally. They don't even try replying to it. They just go, ah, shit, this guy's got standards. Oh,
Year and a half on
fuck
April
that.
Fools, but I'm here to solve practical problems. So who is the fool?
Oh, the fool is definitely me. The fool is definitely me. Captain Sweatpants of the 676 variety. Thank you very much for the 1.5 years of support. Much appreciated on that. Cheers. Cheers indeed. And Absol Sammer apparently does not want to be part of the channel for half an hour. Alright, that's a choice doing it so close to the potential end of the stream, but, well, you did it. You did it. There we go. See you in the next one. Yes, I am most certainly the fool. One, for managing to scare off potential income like that. Oh no. God, am I actually really this low on options? Ooh. Oh dear. I don't really... Alright, we'll do the defense, fine. But two, I tried messing with my housemate today when they came in from work on a half day. I tried messing with them, saying that I got a phone call from someone we were expecting to hear from soonish.
Our doorstep.
I was going to give them the fake bad
Reinforcements
news,
arrive.
except before I could get out the fool, they quickly responded, "Oh yeah, I got the call as well. Isn't it great? Such and such." Like, oh shit, they actually called you. Bollocks. Like, yeah, but why did they call you as well? They didn't. They didn't. I was trying to mess with you, but instead I'm the one who got messed. I am the fool. I tried. What was that? Yeah, why did Ellie hit you with a 10-second timeout there? Hold on, hold on. Ellie? What happened? Actually, I could just look at what was moderated. Oh, I see. I see. Bad joke. Yeah, fair enough. That is against the rules. I can't argue that. That is literally against the rules, so fair enough. I will not pull up the mod on that. Nope. Now, if it's to a newbie here, then yeah, fair enough. But Queen is anything but a newbie here. Anything but. Oh god, Stalker. Wow, that's been a hot minute. Stab. I mean, it's mostly on my blade, but sure. Also, who did I murder this time to make him pissed off?
You shall not leave this place.
Stop being invulnerable. And invisible. Oh, I hit him anyway. He went invisible and I just shot him. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. I was kind of expecting to get here sooner. Where you at? Come on. Also, Calamity, looking at my side, it looks like Twitch has declined that advert, so we must have had one too recently. You guys are actually trying to run adverts so frequently that Twitch is deciding it's too much. Guys, this is why you don't have this amount of power normally. This is exactly why. Twitch is deciding it's too much. I think I have an override button. I'm not going to go and use it. That's disgusting. You can also do the reverse Wi-Fi stab. Was the button added for April Fool's today? Yes. I do not intend to let viewers typically inflict adverts on other viewers.
Tithe accepted. You may go.
Yeah. You know how Twitch is censoring fools? Okay, I don't have that set up on my side. Sorry. Your Twitch client is censoring the word fools. Is it removing the whole word or just part of it? It's replacing with asterisk. I just... Fools. This is why I don't turn on chat censorship in basically anything. It's not because I want to see someone using foul language. Some people use it respectfully, some people use it disgustingly. It's not because I want or specifically need to see it, it's because I don't trust censors to censor appropriately. Whether it's Warframe, where for a while it was blocking you from naming a weapon Ballas because it has a ball in it, or here now with Twitch chat, censoring the word fools. Fools! What? And I reminded us how in the earlier days of Among Us, you couldn't type in the days of the week. Oh, you could put some of them. Monday would work, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But then you'd get to Saturday. Or should I say, Sat-A. It was indeed the Scunthorpe problem, yeah. You couldn't type, without being filtered, the word Saturday. Because Sat-A was what would come through. The turd in Saturday was being censored. I'm just like, what? Turd? Not even shit or poop? Turd? Oh. Noob is censored too. Oh my goodness. That's just impressive levels of cotton wool. If someone is so young, so delicate, as to be unable to handle the words fool and noob, they should not be in a public forum. They should be somewhere curated by their parents or other appropriate guardian. Cheers, sea rabbits. Which is another website. It's a 13 plus. 13 plus. And again, 13-year-olds should be able to handle noob and fool. They really should. So how we end up with code words for insults? That's insults. Insults will just rotate. I remember hearing years ago how apparently some young kids were using the word default as an insult. Default. Could it be a Twitch April's Fools thing? The fact that it's censoring noob as well, and it seems like this is a non-surprise to Chocodika, makes me think otherwise. But yeah, default was being used as an insult to those who hadn't purchased skins on Fortnite. They were using the default skin, and it evolved into just being a general insult. Not the specific action, in a similar way to how wanker is often used as an insult. Not to specifically say someone is someone who is having a wank, but just to say you're a wanker. Oh no, did I just reference something sexual? Oh, I'm so sorry. Advertisers. Go do one. Nowadays, you'd be surprised at how many regular words are used in insults. Oh, I'm not surprised, Apex Rex. I am not surprised. I was a moderator for online spaces before some of my viewers were born. I am not new to this. I have seen the darkest depths of the internet and met some types you really would not want to meet. I get it. I get it. And that is why I further enforce that it's nothing to do with add more censorship, block more words. It doesn't work that way. People who intend to be malicious will find a way to be malicious. Always. Just like people who intend to be ridiculous will be ridiculous, and people who intend to be stuck up will be stuck up. All you can do is push back against those who are doing the wrong thing. Unfortunately, a lot of people disagree with a lot of people on what is wrong. which is why we're in this spiral in the first place. It is ridiculous. Brother only saying, when I want to wind my children up, I use Gen Z slang. Like telling the son he needs to be more main character and less NPC. He's gotta get that riz, cuz. Cheat. Oh dear, that is painful to say. Anyone know where we can find our clips we make for the channel? I know where to find the clips you make for the channel. I don't know how you would find them, sorry, but I know where I'd find them. But yeah. Right, I need to keep on murdering things, because the thing I'm trying to murder has not shown up yet. It has been many missions. They have yet to appear. Yeah, many missions yet to appear. And see, like... Oh, is that shill? Oh, right. Shill is censored. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, no. The word shill was censored? Oh, no. You wonder if there'll be a noticeable uptick in revenue for all the ads people running? See, there's a trick to that, Brother Oni. There is a trick. There is a trick. I wasn't so daft as to just let you guys run more ads. Oh, hey, there's a rescue. When we're running the ads, it is actively removing the timed ads that would just normally happen on a schedule on the channel here.
There is a prisoner here that is vital.
See, I wasn't going to
operation.
use the
Search for the
Omega
location.
option of just add more ads. No. No. So, all we've really been doing is moving the deck chairs on the Titanic with this one. I wasn't going to let you know sooner. We've had the entire stream of people thinking they're adding more ads in. No. You've just been adding them into a different part of the schedule.
We don't have much time.
I am not so careless as to let you have such control. I've seen what you would do with it already. Give them an inch, they'll take a mile. That's how the saying goes, and boy howdy do you guys fit into that paradigm. Don't you, Queen? And no, the add button hasn't been turned off. It's on cooldown because someone just did it moments ago. Just no. Have I ever look at the schedule? I did, briefly. Some point in the past 20 years. It's been a while, sorry. Well put, Ellie, well put, yeah. The spanners are speeding up the foundry. They're not buying from the market. Queen, you did your job. You did your job exactly as directed. Mostly, kind of. I mean, I did say there were no rules against mocking Ray. I didn't say you were safe from moderation for spamming the Discord, which is a very, very different action. And you know that. Or at least now you do. But it's fine. The entire mod team did light up with it, and each of them individually referring another mod to my post, and then going, oh, well, this is Ken's problem. Also, Andrew, thank you very much for the gifted subs to the community there. Much appreciated once again. You're up to 15 this one stream. Really appreciated. Thank you very much there. That's gone out to Loomerism, Sea Rabbits, Uomo Pistello, I think. To Not on It, and to the cheesiest head. Much appreciated indeed. Gotta reload. Sorry, guys. Bop, bop. There we go. Warframe 2 is coming out soon. I know, I can finally talk about it. The NDA has been lifted. Yes! Yes! Oh! I got to mention this in Region Chat earlier. Not too many people were happy with that reveal, but you know, it is what it is. As mentioned in Region Chat earlier, Reb is once again doing the VA in the game, but not as Lotus. Reb is now going to be the voice actor for the Drifter, both male and female Drifter. Reb insisted on doing both. Ben Starr has also been re-recruited as voice actor for Warframe 2. This time, Ben Starr is going to be voicing the Kubros. Lotus is still, or rather, Reb is still not beating allegations. You can't believe they gave Excalibur a second sword? I'm still surprised they gave Volt a sickle. Like, why a sickle? I mean, it might have something to do with sickle cell anemia because, you know, yet more diversity in Warframe, but still. What a choice. Maester's gunless now? Yeah, they went all in on the demonic, just ass out style. All in. Now you want to hear Ben Starr bark for some reason? Wow, not beating any allegations. Oh, hello. Huh, this lich is really into me. They're trying to pull me. Stab. Ooh! We got a good one. Second? Oh. Never mind. Never mind. We got one. Yeah, I was wondering when this one would show up. The Kuva ones really take so long to progress. So long in comparison. The sister one was appearing like every 2 missions. This one's just been holding out. We'll see if it gets quicker from here.
Mission complete. The captive has been liberated. You will be rewarded by S10.
But yeah. There's at least for the bit with Queen the other day, the mod conversations really did boil down to, Ken made this bad. That was me. Also, I think I missed a message there from Chippy saying hello everyone, or is that Chappy? Not sure. It's censored, I can't tell. But from Chippy, hello everyone, I'm new to Warframe and I'm kind of lost. I'm working through the star chart. Do I just keep working through the star chart or is there other things I need to do? Honestly, star chart's the best way to do it. You're doing it right, my guy. Because by going through the star chart, you'll be going through the junctions. Going through the junctions introduces you to the various mechanics bit by bit, gives you rewards bit by bit that you'll definitely want. Like, that's a nice reward right there. And it'll give you various quests. So you'll find new areas, find new items, find new rewards, find new quests. Honestly, it is the best way to go about it. And certainly, if you make your way over to... I think it's around about here. At that junction where it happens. I'm fairly certain it's around here that something strange starts to happen. And you'll see so much more of what this game has to show you. By that point, you'll finally begin the tutorial. And that's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. Very, very cryptically, I know. Have fun. Mr. Ken, would you like a code for the Envoy's Sphere Longsword skin, Soulframe crossover skin? I will pass on that, but thank you very much for the offer there, Logren. I'm sure there is someone else here who would love to have it. Someone more polite than Queen here would like to have it. Alright, so Loke does not go into that spot there. We know Voma's in the front. Let's go with Farce there. Man, y'all are, And here we see one of the reasons I don't encourage viewer giveaway items in the chat.
Optimizing the local workforce.
We get more of that and you get more people asking. Let's see, where do we want to go? Let's go to Hellas. I don't care how it's pronounced, it's Hellas now. Oh, it's 90% Queenie at the moment, but
Stationed here. Leave no one standing.
just at the moment. Oh. Well, Squirbo. Squirbo's gone and done a thing. You press button. That you do. That you do. Chippy saying, thank you, bro. Coming from Destiny. Yeah. Want to get the most out of this game I can. Already realised how massive it is. Oh, it's Chappy, by the way. Could have led with that. But alright, we got there. We got there. It's Chappy. I'm going to forget that. But maybe not. All the same, welcome to Warframe. Hope you enjoy your stay here. You are welcomed, as are all the refugees from Destiny. We have many. And yeah, feel free to ask questions as you make your way through. At the same time, I will warn you, most content creators are not in a position to actively hide certain spoilers. You will see things that make no sense on our screens. We will not tell you what our 5th ability is, for example. Have fun and fight well, Tenno. Also, I do have various guides over on my YouTube channel. I am not just a pretty face. Oh, my mum says I'm pretty, so there's that. So if you would like to know more about this game at your own pace, we've got those guides over there too. You'll probably forget what you see in stream 5 minutes after. I mean, there's a thing I could do. There is a thing I could do which you would not forget very quickly. Let me just put it that way. I'm not going to do it because I'm not drawing extra attention to it and then actually following through with Omega spoilers. I'm not going to. But there is definitely a thing I could do that would ruin your enjoyment of the story to come. I know, because I had the same thing ruined for me. It's not really the reason I'm not using it, it's more that actually I just prefer what I'm doing. God, I'm really dancing around this topic. But yeah, when I say I am dancing around something for your benefit, it's because I really mean it. And also, yes, the moderators here will actively murder anyone who thinks that Rule 1 does not apply to them here. Do not be a dick about this. I support every single one of my moderators, whether it be in timeouts or bans for someone who decides to try and ruin someone else's gameplay. Oh yeah. Alright, I think that's about all the thrallage we're going to see in this mission. At ease, Aegir. At ease. It's always concerning how ready the moderators are to deliver death. Useful, but concerning. Let's go to Ares. I know it's not pronounced that way. I know. Sorry, Squirbo. The mods were too slow. I got it. I got it.
You're looking for the mainframe. It's critical that you deliver the payload.
You were working on it? Yeah, but I worked on it. And I've got a whole stream to run, so I mean, you know. Man, that guy just got absolutely flung. Oh, wow. Yikes. All you gotta do is slowly work through star chart, get new frames of weapons level. That sounds perfect. That sounds Warframe. Yeah. Do it. Am I farming my Lich? Yes. I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to complete it on stream. We spent enough time on the sister, and the Lich has been a little bit of a rhymes with Lich about it. God, the fire rate on this gun is always beautiful. I needed one of those shots to kill that guy. I fired about 27. How did you Sorry, it's a personal offense when they don't die in one shot at this point. Oh no, Ken is using foul language. Yeah, cluck cluck. That was so bad. I'm sorry, that was possibly the worst joke I have said this year. I'm definitely the fool.
We need to destroy the reactor.
Worst joke this year so far? Oh, true, true. I'm sure I will find worse, don't you worry. I am sure I will find worse. Time to beat yourself? Hey, whoa, not on stream, egg, yeah. That was such a setup. That doesn't even count. Chicken is foul? Yeah, 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 yeah. I am no doofus me. Yeah, this ain't kick. Good heavens, streaming on kick. Ugh. Kick, not too long ago, reached out to myself and a few other creators. We were in a chat together about it. And we basically responded with, oh, hi, thanks for your interest. Yep. So what kind of signing on bonus were you looking to offer? They never got back. They never got back. Kick still exists. It's growing, Alcy. It's growing. But it means they're also running into the legal problems that come with growing. It's slowly but surely forcing them to grow up. But not fast enough. I have no reason to be over there because even ignoring everything else that goes on that platform, which, let's face it, we can't ignore, but even ignoring all of that, my simple question is, why do I need to be there?
Now get out of here.
What would you lot gain from me streaming anywhere other than Twitch? What would you get? Because if I were to stream on Kick, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, illegal ones, what would you get that you can't get here on Twitch? And if you got used to watching on one of those platforms, if it was just more convenient one way or another for you, when the Twitch drops roll around, you then miss out on that. You miss out on the channel points. You would miss out on the gifted subs. You'd miss out on those. Verticality in live stream, that's only if I actually stream vertical. And Warframe does not lend itself to vertical. And this guy really dislikes me today, doesn't he? I usually do not see this much of the Stalker, and now he's been here twice. Anyway. I could have waited for him to become vulnerable. I just let the ammunition handle it for me. Burst? That was Latham. That wasn't Burston. That was Latham. Yeah, that's the fire rate I have on my Latham. That is a disgusting weapon. I love it. Especially when a single shot does that. Yeah, I have a beam weapon, Latham. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, I think I might just burn my my Requiem ultimatums and speed this up. I'll be quite honest with you. Let's swap up the powers on. Now we know 2 of the bits, and then just kind of move this one along. So I need the hourglass. There we go. We got one part used hourglass. Right, this is a 50-50 success on the next one. Can I help you grind jade pearls? I'm gonna pass on that, thank you. If you are seriously looking for my assistance on it, and Sea Rabbits, how seriously are you looking for my assistance on it? Before I continue down this point, how seriously are you looking for my advice, my assistance? Why am I here again? Oh, yeah. Oh, as I was saying that. Requiem Ultimatum. There we go. Let's make this much, much, much faster. Yeah, have your friends help you, but you're just kind of lonely besides that? I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, you can always look for people on the Discord. If you're looking for just general people to join you in. If you are looking for me specifically, you wouldn't be the only person who is looking for me specifically to join them on missions here in Warframe. And for that, there is an option on Patreon. That top slot on Patreon, I have multiple people who use that. So they have me specifically, my entire focus on whatever it is they want to cover every single month. So, depends on just how much you want it, really. I've had people who wanted help on making videos, people who wanted help on writing, people who wanted just my review of their writing and artwork, their plan towards some creative endeavors. People wanted advice on live streaming and getting going with that. And others who just wanted to game with someone who they wanted to enjoy chatting with and game with. Yeah, it's a thing that I offer, but I understand that's not for everyone. Not at all. The Apex tank is annoying? That it is, and that is why I have a shield regen focused Lavos to deal with exactly that. And yeah, Calamity. Yeah, there's something that was made very clear to me quite some time ago. I'm going to paraphrase to keep it simple. If there is something you're willing to do, but for a price, then don't say no, just say the price. Because most people will decline the price, most likely. But no one can say yes if you don't offer it. So if there's something you do, but for a price, name the price. Simple as that. How well does a shield regen work? So long as you know how to be mobile, pretty damn good. The idea is avoid hits, tank the ones you can't avoid, regen before the next one would catch you. It's pretty damn effective at that. Is it time for Requiem Ultimatum? I forgot I equipped it.
I am here.
Hi! Oh, well that's fun. Let me just roll out of that. Ah! Gun go Bert. Next! Gun go Bert. Dang it! 50-50. Alright. Off we pop. We will go for the next one. I looked at chat and not where I was going. Why is there a gap there? OSHA plus. Oh shit. I know the sequence? Well, I know where to put the ult. That's what I know. I'm not going to go back to that. We know this is over now. And we know I'm definitely not going to be charging up enough to not need the ult. I'm using the ult. I got 12 charges of ult. I could do it. Is electric damage good for AoE? It's not great for AoE unless you really bundle the enemies up. If you bundle the enemies, electric can do a damn good job of it, yes. Do I have all in the power zone? I do, yeah. It's on the 3rd slot. Because if I have it on the 2nd slot, I don't learn anything about what's in the 2nd slot. Whereas if I did just happen to crack the 2nd slot correctly, sort of go all the way through. It's just one of those things of, if I would end up learning stuff along the way, I might as well get the best results I can out of it, rather than learning nothing. But now this is just my win con. If I had revealed something not Kra, and I knew that Kra had to go in the 2nd slot, for example, then I'd know, oh, and something not all goes in the last, but alas, that did not turn out that way. Alright, we need to head on over to Ceres, this lovely little, not even a planet. Let's pop in on a... where is it? No. There it is, capture mission. Just so it's nice and quick. You try with all in the first? A lot of people try with all in the first, but honestly, I don't see the value in it. Oh, but you get the extra stabs out of it. It's like, yeah, that doesn't really actually achieve anything. It really doesn't. Just you want the information to get victory, not to just throw an extra stab in. Stabbing a tool is all you need on the ledge. Alright, so I'm going to do the capture, and then actually do the summon. What is Ceres? Ceres is basically an oversized asteroid. That's pretty much it. A really big asteroid.
Interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is
Alright,
done here.
let's do this. This time, it's Latum. Where are you at?
And I shall allow myself
Alright, I'll charge up on your friends then. These lot don't have to die. Come and face me. Oh, there you are. No, wait, that's not you. That was a guardsman. Where are you? There's the Ghoulsaw. Stab. Next. Stab. Stab. Next. Stab. 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 There we go. Bonus stab. Don't even need to stab him at this point. That was just done for pleasure. Let's get out of here. It's time to go to space. Final Grenier. These are the stories of the lone Tenno. No, wait, this isn't Dan. Damn it! Wow, a lot of thralls here. Couldn't care less. Moving on. It sounds like my neighbours are hammering. It's not that late. It's not that late. Yes, Chocodiga. Yeah, all now cycles between the 8 main mods. It was to give an impression to people that it is a Omni mod rather than its own separate mod. Okay, let's head on into... It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Okay. I'm hoping I haven't broken this since. And yeah, I'll show the Latum afterwards. Everything looks good. Yeah. Let's do this. No, not there. There it is. Here we go. It is a little weird to do repeated amounts of hammering at half 10 at night, though. That is a little weird.
Sound, a byproduct of emotional motivations and reactive thinking. It shall be your undoing.
Alright, clear the area of hostiles. My crew should be in position to start shooting things. Crew? There it is. Oh yeah, look at that rapid gunfire once they get started. It's actually kind of disgusting just how effective NPC crew are in this mission. Just look at that fighter kill count go. Oh.
Crew ship down.
I think they killed 10 fighters in the explosion animation. Alright, we're on location for this one. I'm not even going to waste energy stunning them. I can just shoot it. I can assure you guys it's hammering and not something else. He mines out the gutter. Who do you think you are? Red Ford?
Crew ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets.
Believe you me, I've known the sound of hearing a neighbour getting a little bit busy, alright? Not with enough of that in an old place. Good God. A very, very toxic couple used to live above me when I had a flat in a different city. And when I say toxic, I mean toxic. I mean abusive. Borderline, let's call the police level. And then the 20 seconds of frantic making up afterwards. Unmistakable sounds. Unmistakable. 20 seconds? 20 seconds of the most audible activity before the gentleman was done, no doubt. I say gentleman as loosely as possible. Fairly certain the other half did not get much of a say in when things started or ended. But we won't go too deeply into that. Suffice to say, very bad situation and not one I can do anything about, unfortunately. Anyway, I've got Ivara, I've got Magnus. Oops. I've got some very old tech here, and I don't know if it still works. Because they've changed how the rules are these days. No, you can look at me, mate. You can look at me. You don't have to act like you never saw me. You can't see me. There we are. Damn, no punch through. This way. Oh, I assure you, this is always going to go this way. Huh. That's new. Or did I do it with a different frame before? Oh, that's a little bit more likely. There we go. That was the kind of output we were expecting there. Not quite as magical as it used to be, but that's probably hit point changes. It is old tech.
My queens, forgive me.
And slam. Welcome to the jam. Employee of the month, ladies and gents. Employee of the month. Bye-bye.
Galleon captain down. Support down. Sector clear. Closing
And let's get out of here. Another adversary taken out nice and easily. Ivara makes the Lich and Sister fight so easy. Oh yes. Especially the Lich ones. As you see there, you just kind of walk up to them, silenced weapon, you just go... Broop. Dead. People complain, oh no, I can't let my Lich level up to level 5. Level 5 is too difficult. 5 is the hardest. I'm like... Have you tried? Have you tried? Just a little bit. Anyway, just Kuva Ghoulsaw. Obtained. You underestimated Magnus Prime? Magnus Prime isn't that amazing, I'll be quite honest. I have stacked it a little bit there. It's not an amazing weapon, but it is good enough. The old tech is that they had much stronger damage attenuation, much higher armor, but also much lower actual hit points, just because of the way things changed over the years. And so it used to be you could just kind of go, bam! One shot, they're dead. It was ridiculous. But those days have changed a little bit. Which is probably for the best, because it means that other weapons are more effective. You don't just have to go for hyper cheeses like this. Someone was asking about the Latum. Latum here, I have got it set for minus 40% recoil. On headshot, extra reload speed, stacks up to 3 times, which is nice. Headshots build Incarnate Charge 50% faster, which is really nice. And then on a hit that is neither critical nor applies a status effect, plus 400% damage for 10 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Previously, I said this was not a great perk, and that still would remain true if it weren't for one singular addition to the game. One singular addition. Secondary Innovate. By using Secondary Innovate, we can have a low crit chance, low status chance setup like I have here, 22% in both. Fire plenty of shots that land neither. Stack up the bonus. All the while, Secondary Innovate just goes, oh, a whole bunch of projectiles just landed and they weren't orange crits. Here. Crit! And the projectile nature of later, meaning so many shots are in travel, whilst the bonus is being racked up without being cleared, means then that you can get to some ludicrous numbers with further follow-up shots. And so where this arcane turns itself off after 6 orange crits, in the right circumstances, I can land tier 2 red crits. It just sails right on through. And it only resets when the arcane finally goes, oh wait, shit, you killed them? Let's set that back to 0 again. And then it forgets again. And just loopy. And who doesn't love personifying arcanes? And as for Magnus, what did I have on that there? Let's have a gander, shall we? So this is using deadly maneuvers, which is crit chance, blah, 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 blah. So we got a 7.1 times critical damage as standard. I think that is being boosted by my worm here. Yes, it is. And then we've got a Vara with her Prowl adding on more headshot damage multiplier. Not a strength-based one, so I could have taken it further, but that's just the basis of this one here. So yeah, it is just kind of 7.1 times basic. And then, whilst it looks like the crit chance isn't all that amazing, when you consider that crosshairs can take it up a chunk higher than it already shows here, because that's doing 0% right now. We currently just have the 187 from this. The base amount is 28%. This applies 320% of 28%. So 3.2 times 28. That's 89.6 onto that, which adds on the 80.4, brings us to 170. And then this multiplies it by 5. So that's 850% critical chance. So you do a little roly-poly, and then you point at something's head, and you remove its head. You don't ask how much damage is necessary, you just relieve them of the ability to stay connected to the neck. Where once there was cranium, there is now crater. And if you really, really want to get spicy with it, combine it with Harrow. Harrow gives you another huge critical bonus, which this multiplies with. Death of the instant kind. And Jogadina is just gonna hit us with yet another bloomin' ad. You poor people. For once, it is 2 different paws in the same sentence. That's rude, I'm sorry. Right, well, we'll just have to wait for Chocodika's interference to come to an end. But yeah, some old tech there, but basically Evara with a silenced weapon that's good with crits. You just kind of roll into the mission. The Lich just kind of wanders around like an absolute derpy idiot, and you just beam him in the face. Whatever critical precision weapon you have, doesn't matter if it's the Amprex, the Magnus, or just something else entirely, they're dead. If you got a decent DPS on it and loads of crit, they're dead. That's that. Oh my word. Andrew! Did you get a pay raise or something? Congratulations if so, but all the same, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs for the 4th time this stream. Much appreciated. That's gone out to Waiseri, to The Lost Postman, to Real Life Axolotl, to Brave Sir Dave, and to Jason. Much appreciated, Andrew. Cheers on that. Something like that? Well, I am going to press no further and simply celebrate it with you. Thank you very much for that there. Much appreciated. And with that, I think it's about time we do a platinum giveaway as well. I think it's about time we do a platinum giveaway. I think I just saw the advert viewer count kick out. Does Twitch still do that? My word. Oh, okay. Do Lich have the same damage attenuation the Archons when they released? The current Archon attenuation, which is not the same as when they released, is what Liches now have, Ductile. So it's a very soft amount. Very soft. Nothing like the old days. Alright, let's get our giveaway arena loaded up, shall we? Take a moment for that to come through. Okay, you sent that? I mean, Calamity, the bot will not forget it. The bot will recognize you sent it and put you on cooldown. Well done. Well done. Alright. Let's get the music killed out of the background there, because we're about to have it from the cave. Let's do a platinum giveaway. For those of you who do not know how to enter, it's very simple. !enter in the chat for a chance to win that. Everyone's got a chance here. Everyone's got a chance. ! Enter in the chat for a chance to win the 75 plat. We'll be doing this draw in just a couple minutes right there. As a reminder, this platinum is provided by Digital Extreme, so it's very nice of them to provide this to us here. It's why I'm able to give it away every couple of streams to you lot as well. Absolutely. You're in? Yep, you did manage to time that one perfectly. Well done. You did manage to time it in the end. And somehow a hype train just got launched. What? Oh, right, because a load of people suddenly spammed the chat. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. Got it. What happened to Eliu's gun? I did cover this with Eliu. Eliu decided they didn't need a gun. So, Eliu's weapon is, spoiler. Those of you who know, you know what is there. You know what is in that general position. You know what is being weaponized there. And those of you who don't know, spoilers. I will not say. But yes, indeed, we'll give you all a moment to join in on that there. In fact, to be honest, I'm going to be really, really cheeky. I know there's a hype train kicking off at the moment, but this is a perfect moment to deal with the fact that I've had quite a little bit of tea and water to drink. I'll be back in just a moment whilst you all enter into this giveaway. ! Enter into the chat. We'll do that draw as soon as I return. Alright, that's enough time for everyone to get in on the giveaway there. Let's do the draw. Oh, Josie, you're getting in right at the last second there. I saw you slide in. Right at the last one. Let's see then. Of those of you who've entered into the 75 plat draw today, only one person's going to claim it. Alright, Mirinies, you have yourself a good one. Catch you around. Only one person's going to claim it. The winner today is going to be Apex Rex. Apex Rex,
Excellent work,
congratulations.
Tenno.
You
The
are our winner
extraction
today
point is up ahead.
of the 75 plat giveaway. But with that, Apex Rex, we do not currently have your details on record. So please use the command !IGN alongside your Warframe username and platform, all in one message, so we know exactly where we can send that platinum. Apex Rex, congratulations to you there. Do make sure you send that message through. And let's bring me back into the picture here. Hello. I'm alive again. You won, you didn't even know what you entered? Oh, that happens, doesn't it? That absolutely happens. You've just won yourself 75 platinum. Here in Warframe. You do know what a Warframe is, don't you? Hopefully you know that much. But yes, indeed. 75 platinum can be coming your way. We just need you to use !IGN with your Warframe username and platform, so I know where that can be sent. List? No, you can't have a list of IGNs. We need yours. You don't need everyone else's, just yours. I'm sure there was an accidental enter in there. And yes, please put your details. A couple people in the past have put someone else's details. I don't know why. Because every time that happens, it seems to be copy-pasting a regular's message, but no. There it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Sir Apex. All right. So yeah, that's handed out by DE every couple of weeks, so yours will be in your inbox within the next fortnight. No further action needed from you there. GG's on that entirely. And with that, chat, that is where we are going to wrap it up today. I do hope you have enjoyed yourselves on the stream today. We've got both of the two adversary weapons I could get. The one more, the Coda, was it Bibonico? I'll get around to that. I'm sure someone will ping me on the Discord to remind me, no doubt. But that is where we're going to wrap it up. I'll be back in on Friday with... well, you'll just have to wait and see, won't you? But in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful rest of your week. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.